If you're constantly battling low energy, cravings, weight control, watching your health slip away, listen up. There's a simple daily protocol they don't want you to know about that's helping people ditch their meds and reclaim their health. Up to 88% of Americans potentially suffer from some degree of insulin resistance. The Feel Great protocol is a simple 2-step daily system designed to help your body work with you, not against you. Step 1. Unimate, a powerful yerba mate extract clinically shown to boost mood, increase mental clarity, and support fat burning. Step 2. A patented fiber matrix called Balance. Taken before meals, it helps regulate blood sugar, curb cravings, and support healthy insulin response. That's it. No crazy diets, no meds, just science-backed support your body actually understands. Feel Great is perfect for you if you have low energy, weight control, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, poor sleep, diabetes, snacking, sugar cravings, gut health, systemic inflammation. This isn't a trend, it's a transformation. Start today to reclaim your health with the Feel Great protocol.
Good morning, and how is it going out there, my fellow world patriots? It is indeed, I don't even know the date today, Sunday, April 12th, 2026, and this time is a-flying, and this timeline is a-flying. But that was President Trump last night at UFC 327 in Miami. Where he came out, and I don't know if you caught any. Oh, actually, I do know that you caught some of that, Mr. Matrix. But did you see who the first person he shook his hand when he came down and went into the crowd with? I don't know if you caught that one, but what's going on, brother?
Oh, I did not. What's going on, brother? I got back last night from seeing a Jimmy Fallon comedy show, and you had hit me up, and I actually did see the main event last night. That's literally the only thing I did actually get to watch. So no, I didn't see anything else other than the main event. But what I did see with that main event was absolutely amazing. Holy crap, man! I can't believe I don't watch much UFC. I love it, but I don't watch it. And that main event was incredible. So shout out to the sorry for this early on, but the Matrix VC box. I'll drop that link into your guys' chat.
Yeah.
That's the reason I'm able to see it, because I have pay-per-view and every channel basically out there, and I'm able to watch it. I even have DVR, and it costs one single price with no monthly payments, everybody. And I got to watch it last night myself. How about that?
Can't beat that. It was good too. I got another one right here. I think this will show it right here, because I'm like, this looks like Dan Bongino, but this guy looks a little skinnier. So I'll just turn the sound off here. But as he's walking in, it looks to be Dan Bongino and his wife, the first people right there. Beep. That looks like him to me right there. No? His
That
arm looked pretty
really
big.
looks like him.
Yeah,
Looks like him.
that's Dan Bongino right there for sure, and I'm pretty sure that's his wife Paula. I don't know if there's anybody else, kids or whatever, but yeah, they were there, and then there you could see him smiling right there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's Dan. 100%. That's Dan.
Then he went in, and now I actually recorded this from my phone, and I was gonna post it, and I kind of was stupid because there's three guys. There's John Anik, Joe Rogan, and Daniel Cormier. And when I was recording it, I didn't see this right off the bat. He shook John Anik's hand first in the recording. I'm like, oh, make sure you say hi to John, because to me, I thought he went right up to Joe, and then he shook Daniel's hand here, and then he actually came back and shook Mr. John Anik's hand again, as he was kind of saying, hey, we're glad to have the president here. And this is a real funny one, just really quick. I know a lot of you guys don't really care too much about UFC, but as they are going to be having an event on the White House lawn, did you end up going back to watch the fight that I told you to go back to watch? Because I did not. This fight right here that you said, wow, that was awesome, was a great fight as well. But this other guy who was super cringe, Josh Hokett, came in being a very cringy guy, kind of being the chatty guy to make a name for himself, right? But he's a pretty good fighter, and he fought the number 5 guy in the world. I'm telling you, this fight was probably one of the best fights I've ever seen in my life. And at the end of it, actually, let me just see if I can show you guys just a little bit of the end of it, because you guys would not believe what what this is. But then President Trump became a matchmaker. So it says, don't know why people aren't talking more about this. DC was being so biased over commentary saying Hokett was clearly winning. Blades had more strikes and landed with Hokett only had damage. This fight, greatest fight ever, is happening right now. So this is what I watched last night, and I was just like, wait, this was the first round. This is the first round, and they kept doing this for the whole damn, the whole fight was like this. And I'm just like, whoa. Yeah, I don't know. So the first round, in my opinion, Blades, the African-American gentleman, hurt the other guy big time. But then the rest of the fight, the other dude kept coming after him, and it was just, this was just a battle back and forth the whole damn night. So as it ended, right, this is what I mean by President Trump became a matchmaker. President Trump was like, man, that was a great fight. How come this guy's not on the White House card? And another guy that's President Trump's, one of his favorite fighters, Derek Lewis, the Black Beast, apparently they matched up this guy to fight Derek Lewis on the White House card. So President Trump became a matchmaker last night, where he's actually matchmade a few of these cards and who's going to be fighting on them. So just thought it was pretty interesting. But that fight right there was just, right here, see? Josh Hokett gives the memories pure chaos. And what he was doing the whole fight, even while he was getting knocked silly, and see, this is when he was beating him up, he was giving him the middle finger. And he was he was on wobbles the whole time. So you guys saw the previous one I was showing you, where this other guy right here was beating the snot out of him. Well, this was the second round, and this is probably, I think, what I was showing you earlier. But these guys just went back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Turn the stupid sound off. This guy, I don't know. I would imagine this guy had a concussion the way he was acting. But then as soon as the fight ended, he sat there and he made up one of these rhymes to say I'm the best from the West, whatever. It wasn't bad. It was kind of cringe, but all in all, pretty good night. But you had a good night too as well, huh? You had some comedy and some Fox News comedy came local to you?
Yeah. So Jimmy Fallon, it was literally was a 30-minute drive, maybe tops. It was in an expensive part of St. Louis County in Chesterfield. And Jimmy Fallon, who does, for anybody that doesn't watch Fox, of course, as most people know, I cover Fox all the time. So he announced this way back in October, and I bought tickets back then. It was supposed to be in January, and then we had a snowstorm that hit, so it got pushed back to last night. So I had, yes, sir, that's it. And that's where he was here last night. And he, I had third row from the front, center cut as well. So I had a real good view of him. And basically he did a whole lot of Fox News jokes. So for me, I was probably one of the people in the crowd that knew more than anything about what he was talking about. So he was cracking me up more than anybody. And of course, he gets to a point where he's asking, "Does anybody got any questions?" And he says, "About Fox News specific." I'm like, "Oh, he's up my alley." So I went to scream out about Jessica Tarlov, but some lady literally beat me to it and was a little louder than me. And so he hit the Jessica Tarlov question first. And as soon as they brought Tarlov up, the whole place was booing, and it was hilarious. And yes, he said some stuff about her. So my next question, what I actually got answered, but I really wish my second question would have got hit, was I asked if Hannity was a dick. And of course, that was the second question. And the first question I got, which of course, anybody that follows me knows I have a thing for Emily. I always say, "Hello, Emily," every time I see her. And of course, he brought up Emily a few times during his show. He's like, "Yeah, Emily's hot." Everybody would have asked about her. Everybody's like, "Woo," yelling and whatnot. So when I yelled my question out, is it hard to understand Emily as she is talking so fast?
Oh, God.
Because if you guys don't know, Emily talks like me when I start doing my decos.
What's her name? Emily Compagnia?
Compagno, yeah. It looks like Compagno, but it's Compagno. Yeah, she's Italian. So anyway, I got to ask that question. He had some smart-ass funny remark to it, and then he went on with a joke about it, whatever. I can't even really remember necessarily exactly what he said, but it was awesome. The question people were asking were hilarious. He was talking about Judge Janine and how like he's scared to death of her, and how like even when she's being nice, she's scary and mean. It's so funny. But yeah, I had an absolute blast last night. I had me some nice adult edibles and then a couple adult beverages to go with it as well, which made the show even better as well. So yeah, last night was great. It was the first time I've been out and actually seen a comedy show in literally probably 10 years plus. So it was a blast for me. I had so much fun.
Do you know who? And this is actually a true story too. You know who I'm gonna make sure I'm not telling a lie here. Okay. You know, the last stand-up comic that I saw came to, I don't even know what they call it. It's the East Providence Comedy Club. It's actually, I don't even know, pretty close to where I'm at now. Maybe a 10-minute ride at most. Long time ago, 15 years ago maybe. Guy looks like he's stoned all the time, but he's not. A comedian who's been conservative as of late, was in some movies with Dave Chappelle back in the day.
Oh, Jim Brewer, baby.
That's it.
Got to be talking about Jim Brewer. I knew it. I love me some Jim Brewer.
Yeah, he came to town, and I was like, dude, we got to go see him. I don't even. The weirdest part is I don't even remember who I went with. I couldn't tell you if I went with a date or if I went with friends. Right? I honestly could not tell you. I don't know.
How was he in person?
It was so long ago. It was hilarious. He was absolutely hilarious. He was great.
I bet he was.
Even the person before him was.
He acts so wild all the time, too, with all his faces and all the noises he makes and whatnot. Like, to me, he acts like me when I'm around, like, my buddies. Just being myself, he acts just like me, all fucking crazy. So
I love it. Now, dude, yeah. So I wanted to let me block. I don't even know where this is going to open up. Here we go. My Discord likes to open up on all sorts of different screens all the time. So let me just block this.
I got mine covered as well. So
gotcha. So let's see. So here's an interesting one. Now I've been talking about this, and I don't know what it means. Okay, so I just wanna. I don't think anybody's shown me. Remember when we talk about a New York Post article, okay? I saw this, I think it was, oh God, what's his, Mike King actually had shared this, one of Dave's buddies there, News Treason, right?
Yep.
And I thought it was interesting, right? The fact that they posted all this stuff out in the New York Times, in which I've never seen this before, dude. So I don't know if my browser on my computer, because, I don't like to show this stuff here, but let me see. It was very interesting to me. I've never seen it, and I think it was spot on for Mike to highlight this. I have never seen anything like this. Did you get a chance to read any of this post here? And dude, I mean, come on. Come on, bro. Look at that name. Look familiar to anybody out there? Anybody at all? Okay, hold on. Does that name look familiar to anybody? And I don't know if Mike had mentioned this in his video there. I don't think so. But let's see if it comes up. If it doesn't, there we go. Oh, remember Maggie? Got to get off the train?
And she's also in those, the 15, 15, 15, 16, that far right side drop that has Savannah Guthrie's name spelled wrong and a bunch of people's names spelled wrong in it.
Yeah. Quote, we have a very good
Relationship.
relationship with Maggie Haberman of Politico over the last year. We have her tee up stories for us, and we've never been disappointed. While we should have a larger conversation in the near future about a broader strategy for re-engaging the beat press that covers Hillary, for this we think we can achieve our objective and do the most shaping by going to Maggie. You are not safe. And remember, it was like, get off the plane, time to get off the train or something like that. Let me see what else we got for Maggie. We have a very good relationship, so it's a repost of that, and I think that's it right there. But again, Maggie Haberman. However, dude, I didn't even see that. Like, when I was listening to this yesterday, I had no idea it was even written by Maggie Haberman. That right there is absolutely fresh to me right there. So very interesting. But can you cite me any posts of any news organization in the past ever mentioning Israel having sway over a president, like, is being pushed to do something because of Israel? Like, I don't know that I've seen that before.
A news outlet doing that?
Yeah.
Recently, maybe, but in the past, I don't think so.
Yeah, prior to Trump, and prior to maybe these last couple of months, I've not seen this. But
yeah, it's about Trump specifically. Anybody else, no, but Trump, yes, they'll try and say that.
Yeah, exactly. But I've never seen it in the history of politics, personally, right? And so this talks about this, and U.S. and Israelis gathered in the cabinet room, Netanyahu, and then it even goes in and starts talking. Look at this. Appearing on the screen behind the prime minister was David Barnea, the director of Mossad, Israel's foreign intelligence agency, as well as Israeli military officials. Arrayed vigilantly behind Mr. Netanyahu, they created the image of a wartime leader surrounded by his team. Susie Wiles, Marco Rubio, who doubled as a national security advisor, taking the regular seat. And so they're basically making it like the whole thing is President Trump is Jayville, USA, and he's the mayor, and he's being pressured by Netanyahu and Mossad to do all this and all that. And I'm just like, wait, we've not seen this one. Okay, now look at this. February 11th. Benjamin Netanyahu arrived at the White House just before 11 a.m. on February 11th. And I've shown this before.
11/11, huh?
Yeah, but did he? Did he show up, though? That's my question.
Yeah.
I don't think he did.
He didn't have a whole, we weren't working together yet, I don't think, when this happened, but he didn't have was it honor guard or color guard out there when he showed up?
Yeah, there's nothing. There's literally nothing that I can show. Now, let me show, because I sent these links to my buddy yesterday. Now, here we go. Oh, look at Trump meets with Netanyahu at the White House. Ready? I'm sure we're going to see him pull up, or they're going to at least talk about it. Oh, okay. Wait, no. This is the date, guys. This is September 11th. Or excuse me, September 11th. Coincidentally, that I brought that up, right? This is February 2nd, 11th. Excuse me. So, okay, that's clip one. All right, he's not there. He's not in any clip, any way, shape, or form. All right, and let me just get this off the screen just for any craps and giggles there. Okay, number two. Ding. Okay, BB's coming. All right, now I want you guys to pay particular, February 11th right there in the top left corner, pay particular attention to this video. And if you happen to see it repeated, look there's BB. Wait, why are we not seeing him up at the front with Trump at the door, meeting and waving and hugging, right? Like we always see every time.
Yep.
No, wait, I'm sure they're going to show him pulling up here. Oh, wait, I'm sure they will. Oh, wait, yeah, he's right there behind the flag. Okay, there's number two. Let's see, number three video.
Do you happen, in the repertoire you have, do you happen to have the Fox News version?
Mm-mm.
Okay, because we watch Fox News. They have a slightly different view of it. I'll tell you about it once you get through yours.
And this is what I see.
Yep.
And I think this one, I believe they end up using the car footage again.
Yep.
And still photos. I don't know that this guy was ever here on February 11th for starters. So, maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. I don't know, dude.
Well,
I'm
Okay, so
loving stuff. What's up? What do you got?
your views are different as far as what you showed. I remember this specifically because me and Omazon, of course, were covering it, and what we had was Fox News up, and of course, I don't just have the clips. I didn't know we were going here, so I don't have anything just said.
Hmm.
But when he showed up, there's no whether they're called it honor or color guard. I can't remember. I'm not Army, so I don't remember. But you're supposed to have a very specific stuff when leaders show up. None of it was there. No, none of the people were there. Like you said, Trump wasn't just waiting outside for him like he normally would, the way they normally do with all the cameras and press. They did have a view of him actually pulling up outside, him actually going up and Trump being there, and them going inside as well. But Omazon and other people had pointed out the same thing you did. It was totally weird. It was like nobody was there that was supposed to be. Even the press was a lot less. Your angles were different than what we showed. So you showed me stuff I had not seen the way other people do it. Because, of course, like I said, we cover Fox News. But Fox had a totally different viewpoint. But here's the thing is when he did get out the car, we were all saying like he looked different. Like as in he looked shorter. It didn't look right. Either one of the situations where either Trump was taller or he was shorter. He looked different, whatever it may be. And it was literally that same situation that we had talked about in our viewpoint from a totally separate view. So you are right. Something wasn't right about it. But again, we had a different view. There was, again, no color or honor guard there. And the cameras, all of it was messed up. So depending on how you look at it, whether it's Netanyahu 2.0, or watching a movie that didn't happen in real time, or how I look at it, the capitulation tour back in the day in his first term, Israel was one that capitulated. And if you understand different theories that go around, Netanyahu is definitely 2 or 3.0, and he was possibly taken out a few years back. So depending on how you look at things, what we're talking about makes more sense when you see it from at least my point of view and how I see it. So either
That's
way.
very, very weird, dude. So, now I sent you this morning. Now, actually, before I send you what I sent you this morning, and yes, sorry. Oh, let me just apologize for being late. My son did come home after church this morning and turned off my alarm, and I was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and I sat there and I just literally, I think it was maybe 10 minutes before the show, I dozed off. I'm like, oh no.
That's what happened. Okay.
Yeah, no, I was ready to rock and roll, and I'm like putting stuff together, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm good. I don't need to, because if I lay down, dude, I always will set an alarm just because I can doze off easily. So, and I should have this time. So next time I won't make that mistake again. But yeah, literally, I think the last time I looked down, I think it was like 12:49 or something like that. And I'm like, all right, yeah,
man,
let me put this one aside here and get this or whatever.
Hey, it's not as bad as me last week thinking we were starting at my time noon, and really it was your time noon. So hey,
hey, but you made it. So look,
yeah, right.
So here's the JD Vance show, right? And now I'm putting this up, and I'm gonna ask Matrix his feelings. Now, again, I don't know what it is, all right, and maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I've never gotten a good feeling about him. Maybe he's acting. Maybe they're putting somebody in to act like that. I just don't know, but I've never gotten a good feeling about Vance. But I'm not going to sit there and tell you I know for sure he's a bad dude, right? Because I don't. But I just have that little flicker of women's intuition, right? Like, or your intuition's going off. And for me, it's always been a little weird with him. And I don't know what it is. Maybe it's, scorned by Pence, wink, wink. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know. But a lot of people are out there, bagging, when JD Vance, Peter Thiel, Hegseth, and Jared take a cruise through the Strait of Hormuz, things don't go according to plan. And, people want to poo-poo old JD. But what I sent you this morning is this. And so I don't know what to make of this. Now, I've covered a lot of what this guy, let's just bring his account up here really quick. I'm sure you're aware of this guy, Tony Saruga. He does the cell phone data. So
yeah.
Basically, he's done some stuff. I don't know if they were accurate. I never went to go back to see if he was accurate on the bomber there for DC or whatever. But essentially, they are a data company that they have all of the data for your cell phone, which links up to like the ads and stuff like that. So they basically get a map essentially of where all the phones are everywhere, right? So big data pioneer, Intel Ops, think tank for hire, enterprise AI, So they've been basically following all of this cell phone data stuff, right? And I don't know what this is, but I'm going to read it. And so I had to read it, so you guys have to listen to me read it. He says, raw GPS data shows that 44 foreign registered cell phones were in the immediate area of Charlie Kirk on that sad day. So I'm guessing we're talking about what? November 10th, was it? Excuse me, September 10th?
September 10th, yep.
September 10th, right? Our system just alerted us that 4 of the 16 Israeli devices that were in Utah that day had arrived in Islamabad last evening at the Islamabad Serena Hotel. Okay. And then when I look down here, Viva Fry says, hey, can you define immediate area? From the description, it sounded like it could be all of Utah. I wouldn't think immediate area would be all of Utah. He says, but I presume it could be more specific. Could you explain why this would mean anything more than there were 4 dozen foreign students in Utah attending the rally? Serious question, no snark or sass. So I don't know if he got back to him. He says at the Serena Hotel, which seems like a precise location, certainly would be good to further clarify proximity. So then they talk about, there's 46,000 students there, but I think they're getting a little bit off the beaten path of what this guy's trying to say. I don't know if you've seen any of this, if you want to, if you have any feelings on this, but if he's saying that there are devices, cell phones, 16 Israelis, 13 Chinese, 12 Russian, 3 Iranian, foreign registered cell phones. Does that mean that's just people from Israel, or are we talking about, government stuff? Like, what are we talking about here? So I think we need some more clarification, but the implied stuff is that maybe a few people that had something to do with whatever may or may not have happened to Charlie. Again, I don't know, and we said we would talk about this on the show. We'd have this tough discussion in front of the viewers, Matrix, so let's have it. What is your feeling on that? Because I'll just give you my feeling on it. My feeling on what happened to Charlie Kirk is I have no clue, because could it have been a whole faked situation? Yes. Could it have been a very sloppy assassination that they tried to cover up? Yes. I don't know, but what do you got, brother?
All right. So first we'll talk about JD Vance. Because you asked me that before the show, and I said we'll talk about it during the show. Right, so I would say that I'm going to give you I gave you 2 versions, which of course is going to be our get your tinfoil hats on big time. Because I'm going to go with 2 versions that I don't know what's true or not. I'm just going to give you the theories that are out there that I've heard and know. And I don't attest to any of them because I don't really know. But there's one theory that goes around that says that this guy that was in a movie called Fast and the Furious named Paul Walker, who died on the 6-year anniversary to when George H.W. Bush died on November 30th, if I'm correct, I think 2012, he suddenly disappears. And this guy, J.D. Vance, shows up that eerily looks familiar to this guy with the same eyes, but with a fatter face and a great way of talking. So there's your one route of what I think of J.D. Vance, or could be J.D. Vance. That's, of course, a simple one, or not so simple one. Then the other one were the real J.D. Vance and his links to, I think, if I'm correct, is it Palantir or one of these other companies that are bad, that he hated Trump, then he loves Trump. They have this big story about him and his Meemaw, like a central casting character being brought into the mix. So it's like a combination of a real guy and a fake guy. So again, don't know what to believe. And then, of course, he becomes the vice president right after the Butler situation, or he gets put in as VP, the running mate with Trump. And let's just say I like the guy, but I don't necessarily trust the guy. He's a great talker and seems like he would be perfect for the job. But because of the past with the Palantir links and all that, I just don't have the full trust in him. I do like the guy, but I don't trust him. And again, what you're showing on your screen now, the J.D. Vance and your Paul Walker thing, that one is just mind-blowing to me. And of course, Paul Walker would have, quote-unquote, died right around the time the 60,000-man army was coming to fruition. And what was Paul Walker killed for? Oh, that's right. He was trying to go out and do, I think it was the Haiti situation specifically, but about kids in trafficking. And his car gets apparently hit by a missile, but they claim it hit a tree and just blew up into a million pieces, or just wrecked. Yeah, eviscerated. So it depends which way you look at it. I don't necessarily trust the guy, but I do like the guy. So yeah, there's your couple different routes you can go with him. Whether you want to be a conspiracy theorist or you want to just look at him as the regular person. I look at it both sides of the aisle, and either way I look at it, I don't have trust in the guy. But again, I like the guy because he's a likable dude. But
Right. You like what
the
he
whole
says
I
too.
don't. Yeah, exactly. That's the whole thing. It's confusing. But again, when it comes to JD Vance and his ability to talk, he's going to win you over. But I'll go jump to the Bible. What do they say about the so-called Antichrist? He's not an old guy like Trump. He's a young guy who can speak really well and get your attention and sway your opinion. Well, that's kind of what JD Vance is quite literally able to do. He's damn good at what he does. So I'm
Yeah.
not saying he's evil, but I don't really know. So
Yeah, something I don't know, dude. I think the eyes are the windows to the soul, and I don't know, something about his eyes, dude. I don't know if it's because it always looks like he wears eyeliner that it
yeah.
that it throws me off. What really kind of, I think, originally set me to question anything about him was the whole hillbilly elegy story, right? It's like, oh wait, you were a poor guy that built, you were a poor guy that had a drug addicted mother. Wow, never heard that story before. You need to write a book about that. Oh, you went to the military too? Ooh, like
That's what I'm saying.
have we not heard that like a bunch of times? Sports stories and politics but it's like this guy gets to, where did he go to college? Wasn't it Yale where they told him he should write a book about his life? And again, I'm not sitting here telling you I know this dude is bad. I don't, because I don't. Right? I don't know. Something about my intuition just tells me beware about him. I don't know what it is. I could be 100% wrong. You never know.
Yep. And his eyes thing, just so you're aware, he does look like he wears eyeliner, but that's also something he can't help because I also suffer from having long eyelashes. So I've had chicks when I was younger ask if I wore eyeliner for that reason. I'm like, well, what are you talking about? And they had to tell me you have big eyelashes. I'm like, oh, I think he suffers from the same thing as me because I don't think he's actually wearing eyeliner, but he could be. But I suffer from that too. I've had people ask me that before. I'm like, no, I am not. I don't have a broken wrist. I'm sorry.
Oh, he's autistic is what you're telling me?
He could be. He could be. The way he talks, I mean, he's a great talker. I mean, he might not suffer. Maybe he just hasn't.
I mean, it's hilarious to me though, just to see the different stories that are running around out there about, what's going on, what's really going on. Wait, Trump and the administration, they're being deceptive during wartime. Oh my goodness. It's like, don't we want them to be deceptive, right? We don't want to know exactly what's going on, because if we know exactly what our military is doing, what they're genuinely doing, then guess who else knows? The enemy, and we don't want that, right? And so
Right.
I think it's interesting that we have so many people that are just, dude, so many people out there, and I don't care at this point. I'm going to put this idiot on blast, dude, because my buddy sent me one the other day. What was his name? Oh, dude, I got to look, so many of these people literally made their name off of MAGA and Trump or whatever, and are just now totally, turning their back on it and using all of their gained popularity to now bash Trump, right?
Yep.
What's this loser's name here? You're gonna love this one. Red Pill. Yeah. You when I pull this up, Mr. Red Pill Joker, I think it is.
I heard of his name off the top of my head.
Yeah, Mr. Red Pills. So I think it's all in one name. But dude's got basically 400,000 followers. From what I remember, he was Mr. Rah 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 covering Trump and being pro Trump. But now it's Majus, all that type of stuff. Let me see if it comes up here. If not, I got a link because they're getting creative to make right here. You're either DJ or a small hat scammer. You're a small hat scammer. So this guy, 500,000 followers now.
Wow.
Right?
And he's talking about the Charlie Kirk thing, though, which we do got to get back to as well. But
we absolutely do need to. But I'm saying, like, all this stuff, it's about, it's Trump and, and the Jews and Trump and the Jews and Trump and the Jews and Trump and the Jews. And I'm like, oh, that's great. That's really creative. Really, really creative. But so many of these people are now being outed, dude, because I think they're gonna be eating their own crap in short order. I really do. But now they've exposed themselves, and I'm pretty much in the camp of like, give our president some grace, because can you explain to me why in the last 8 years what he has done to screw us? Because I can't call it. I don't see where he deserves to not get the benefit of the doubt, to just give the guy a little bit of grace, right? And not that I think he's doing anything wrong right now, but for the people that do, why would you support this guy for so long and then seemingly just turn your back on them? Because, it's Israel. That's the low-hanging fruit, and that's the easy argument. You know what I mean? In my opinion.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess I got to look at it from a slightly different point of view. Is what if these people aren't just like, patriots, and they're not just flipping on MAGA? What if they're not, let's say, as awake or as anani as people like us, and the fact that their point of view sees what the narrative is feeding them, and they just actually have got fed into the part of, Netanyahu is bringing Trump along. Now, I don't know why they would keep on going with it, but of course it depends what news they watch, where they get their news, and what they're reading. But I can see easily some people being flipped over and going and listening to the black pillar saying, yep, Trump didn't release the files for this, and this, and now he's hiding something, and Melania this, and Netanyahu's got him by the neck. And I can see them doing that. So I don't think all of them are necessarily just flipping on anything. I think some of them are taking the black pill, because I've seen my own people in my chats, I won't name names, but I've seen them get black-pilled, and suddenly they're like, they think certain things as well. And it's like, you guys have been listening to me and Omazon and other people for so long. How did you take that black pill? I don't get it, but I've seen too many people do it to where I don't believe they're all just, they flipped because they were already bad. I think some people are just gullible to the black pillars, and some of them got flipped. But there are some that they went in just to make money off the MAGA movement, and then now they're showing their true colors as well. It's hard to tell the difference to me.
Yeah, because some people will genuinely, some people will just take that information and just run with it. Like this guy, he's putting out these videos, call Alex Jones. Dude, the funniest part of all this is that they keep bringing it back to the Epstein files. And I'm over here like, wait, Matrix, remind me what celebrity, what person brought the Epstein files at large to the public at large in, 2015, 16 at CPAC? Because as far as I remember, nobody in the world gave two craps about Epstein or anything to do with Jeffrey Epstein. Who was that person that brought it to the attention of the world?
It's Donald J. Trump, the one guy that got him arrested and kicked out of Mar-a-Lago. Yet for some reason, it's all about Trump. Right? I
mean, you got to be an idiot, right? Hey, me and Matrix, we just robbed a bank, and I'm gonna start talking about bank robberies, at my next show. And Matrix is calling me like, dude, what are you doing, bro? Why are you talking about bank robberies and stuff? And I'm like, dude, it's cool. You won't roll on me. It's like, dude, I don't understand why you would bring up something like that. If anybody thought he would genuinely had anything to do in those files, that would have been the stupidest thing anybody in the history of the world would have done, right? And I mean, and I don't think President Trump's stupid. So
he's a genius. It was a trap, I think, because Trump knows, and the people that know there was nothing in there that could get him in trouble. Yeah, his name was in there 18,000 times. Well, of course it was. He's the one that got him in trouble, and his name is thrown around everywhere. He's the most popular name in the entire world. But what happened was Trump didn't release him, which caused the Dems to go, then Trump's in them. It was a trap. So now you have the people that fell into the black hole of Trump didn't release the files because he's in them and he's hiding stuff. I think that's where most people fell in the hole, is that at the trap that was set for the left to say, we need to get the Epstein files out, which fell into our trap of that's exactly what we've been waiting for. They all fell into it. I think some of our people fell into that trap too, and just Trump must be in him. He's hiding something. And the black pill part came out. I think really that's truly how a lot of it came about, except for the people that, of course, were hiding and were patriots the whole time. So,
right.
the whole thing's crazy.
Yeah, well, you got people in here pretending to be a one thing, and I think there are a fair number of those that will try to take the narrative off the playing field, right? Oh, I'm not following this guy anymore. Come on, let's go, guys. Like, I've seen it. I don't know if you get it in your chat ever, but I've gotten it a few times in the history where you get somebody in the chats like, oh, this guy's an idiot. I'm not listening to this stuff. I'm out of here. And then
they're right back in your chat.
Yeah, and then they post the same thing again like 10 minutes later, and I'm like, buddy, you're in my chat telling me how you don't like to listen to me and you're leaving. Wait, why did you post that you're leaving 3 times? Oh, you want people to go with you? Okay, I got you.
Kind of like people on X and Twitter, Oh, I can't take this. I'm leaving X, everybody. I'm going to make sure the world knows it, and then 3 hours later, I'm going to write it back and say, no, I'm not leaving X, really. I just wanted attention.
I'm back.
Right.
I'm back. Now, this one's a little interesting, dude. Let's see how much time it takes to get to it, because it's a pretty long clip. But have you seen this, dude? Have you seen this guy and his little?
Oh yeah, the 44 thing. We still got to hit that. I got something to say about that before we get sidetracked. The 44 the Israel thing.
Oh yeah.
We got to get back to that real quick because I don't want to sidetrack myself. I want to make sure I bring up what I think about that.
Sure.
So what's this? This?
Let's see. Let's see. This might be worth listening to. It's 5 minutes, but yeah, I think it is worth listening to. So let's take a peek because we're getting more information, and I think there's going to be a couple of very interesting words. One of them starting with M, and the second word starting with I. And if you remember those initials, MI, I think you'll know where I'm going with this. But let's see what this Baron Coleman guy's got to say.
There is a planned trip. The day Tyler Robinson turns himself in, there's a planned trip. One of these planes. This is not Axle 10. This is Axle 21. It's a different tail number, a different plane, but the exact same program. There's a planned trip from one of these very highly sensitive, fancy planes. This is September 11th, 2025. It leaves Ontario, California at 6:59 p.m. It lands in El Paso, Texas at 10:15 p.m. So it's in the air a little over 2 hours. I guess you lose an hour going that way. And we had looked at every single plane that had flown in and out of St. George in and around the time Tyler Robinson was turning himself in. Because we wanted to know, was anybody else on the ground? And this plane did not show up on the local landing scheme because it wasn't supposed to be in St. George, Utah. I'll show you the track of the plane, and then I'll show you some telemetry of the plane. Here is the track of that flight. It leaves Ontario, California here on the left, where the little yellow plane is, and it's headed this way, and it's going to land over here. So you would think, what's the shortest distance between two lines? Between 2 points, it's a line. So you would think it would fly this way, right? It would go from here over to here, but it doesn't. It goes up here. And we zoom in and we say, what's up here? This is where Tyler Robinson turned himself in. St. George, Utah. You can see if I back it out here, this plane leaves Ontario. It does not fly over here to El Paso where it's going. It flies northwest, and it does a little loop over St. George, Utah. And at one point, it's flying very low and very slow, just like its brother plane did the day before at the Charlie Kirk assassination. It's flying 126 knots at one point, and then it circles around. The entire circle, it arrives on the scene around 2:35 Zulu time, and it leaves the scene around 3:10 Zulu time. So it was there about 45 minutes in this area right here. You can see how it loses altitude after it passes Las Vegas and holds that low altitude and then drops a ton of altitude as it circles around St. George and then heads back out. You can say, oh, yeah, well, lots of people fly from Los Angeles to El Paso via Utah. I mean, I guess you could make that claim. But you've got on your hands an unbelievable piece of equipment. I'm going to show you a little bit about what this plane is capable of. This is an announcement from the company that made it. Delivered the aircraft in support of the United States Army's High Accuracy Detection and Exploitation System, HADES, program during a ceremony held at the U.S. headquarters in Wichita, Kansas. It's interesting, Wichita, Kansas. We've seen that a lot when we looked at the Egyptian planes. It was a lot of Wichita, Kansas. A proven platform providing range, speed, reliability, and endurance represents the ideal fixed-wing solution for the U.S. Army's next-generation intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance aircraft flying higher, faster, and farther than legacy airborne sensor platforms. Here are some of the capabilities of this fantastic machine. It truly is a fantastic machine. I just wish it wasn't around in the aftermath and the early hours before the Charlie Kirk assassination. It makes me a little weird, considering what we know now. It's been monikered the ME-11B, but the sensor suite, including the ASARS-2B and Signals Intelligence System, enhances the Army's ability to collect actionable intelligence in real time, a critical factor in multi-domain operations. ASARS-2B, as described by the War Zone on March 27, 2025, builds on the legacy of the Royal Air Force's Sentinel R-1, which utilized a similar radar on the Bombardier Global's Express. Advanced data processing capabilities supported by SNC's AI-driven Rapcon X system enable rapid analysis and dissemination of intelligence, reducing the time from collection to actionable decision-making. Capability is particularly vital in scenarios where mobile targets, such as missile launchers or troop movements, require immediate tracking and response, as noted in the Army's strategic vision for deep sensing and defense scoop. This is an unbelievable piece of machinery. It can deploy drones. You can read encrypted communications, and it processes them all in an onboard AI environment where it can give you real-time actionable intelligence. That machine decided to fly over Tyler Robinson turning himself in. I think the timing's important because it closed over St. George at 9:07. It started a little after 8 o'clock. And if Tyler Robinson was supposed to turn himself in around 8 o'clock, it would let us know what's going on in the area. But even if he turned himself in at 6:30, they're able to come and still figure out what's going on the ground around the place. In other words, did we pull it off? It's unbelievable what this plane can do. It's unbelievable what this plane can do.
Unbelievable what that plane can do, Matrix.
So
Hades.
are they okay? Here's my question. So whose plane is it specifically that sent it up? Why did it take the path that it did? Why are you doing it where you did, when you did? And the one thing, of course, that caught my brain about anything that went to Q was when he brought up the Zulu time. Zulu time is in one drop, which is drop 108. That's the only drop with it in there, but it caught my attention because I know that drop because it comes up whenever I hear that word Zulu. So
108. 108 is it? Oh wait, 108.
Yeah, 108.
Not 108.2, Mike. Here we go.
There you go. November 5th, 2017.
Dude.
Yeah, exactly. Checked and phone posting, excuse the post count. The first extraction order, pause. That extraction, by the way, goes back to Nicolas Maduro being extracted. Reference 0200 Zulu time, which is also the time about Maduro. It was 0200 Zulu time when I posted my response. I was saying that 1.5 hours would be plenty enough time for anyone to hide if they needed to hide. So if it was real info, then whoever posted it just broke OPSEC in a pretty bad way. Nothing is as it seems, Anon. What occurred? It flushed Barack Obama out, or just BO. We'll just leave it at that. Why is that relevant? Analyze timestamps of my go message to BO's tweet. Q. So interesting how Zulu is the only thing he brings up that catches my attention, and it goes back to Obama, which oddly enough goes back to my first point when you started this with the 44 different, what was it? The
44.
The first thing you brought up before JD Vance,
Oh, boy.
the other airplane thing. Nope. Go one more over. Nope, not that one. Not that one. That's it, I think. Click that. Nope, that's the one you just went to. It's the one where you hit before this. You had 44 was the number for the other airplane thing for the top for Utah. The thing you sent me on the phone this morning.
Gotcha, right here. Bing.
Yes, that. Okay, so this right here, I think it relates to what we just saw. So
Yeah.
here it says the raw GPS data shows that 44 foreign registered cell phones were in the immediate area. Okay, 44. What are the odds? Let me go ahead and grab the screen from you now and
Sure.
give you why that's interesting to me.
Absolutely.
Go share that. And so we had something come up. I'm just going to show you my my thumbnail I made for the day, and you'll recognize it, and so will everybody.
And dude, and wait, dude, can I just say that I don't think any fighter pilot would ever go by Dude 44. I'm sorry. You know, we've seen the movie, right? Like Top Gun, and we've seen Maverick and Rooster and Iceman, and hey, dude, you get to, you know, make your name. What do you want to make your name? I want to be Dude 44. You know,
Yeah.
hey, all right, so let's play this game. Ready? I'll be Maverick for a minute, all right? And you're gonna be Dude 44, okay? And I'm gonna be coming up, and I'm gonna try to protect you. Dude 44, there's a guy in your left wing. Dude 44, turn left. Dude 40, you know, it doesn't make any sense that you would talk back and forth with these people. You know what I mean? Like, you know, hey, Maverick, you got a guy on your heel, Maverick. Iceman, you got a guy on your heel. Dude 44. It's laughable to me. It's beyond laughable. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. And so for anybody that might have missed what this was from, it was airmen, part of the F-15 crew, call sign Dude 44. And the thing I made about it, of course, did for me, of course, go viral. What I call viral, because of course myself, I'm not that big of a name. But the Dude 44 thing became huge because it became a decode. And it linked to somebody specific. So you bring up what you just did about 44 phones coming out right after we get this whole Dude 44 situation happening as well. And then the drop I just brought up to you brought up who? Barack Obama. Let me bring that over.
Oh yeah, it's
The
coming.
Zulu time. So he brings up Zulu time. You have the 44 planes. You have this other plane that makes this weird trip that just happens to bring up Zulu time as always. And then that Zulu drop of who flushes Barack Obama out. So combine that with things we've seen recently, everybody. Here, let's go over to this. See if I can do it quickly. Just scroll down real fast. Here we go. Here's another one too that just happened. In the Pacific Ocean, when NASA came back, the helicopter was 44 right there. So it's the second time, and I caught him like, and here's what I wrote about it. What did I say? Is that Dude 44?
Oh my
Why? 'Cause
word.
I'm telling you, man, it's interesting how Obama, for me and Omazon specific, has been coming up consistently, very much for it's been a good month or two, but it's been very consistent, nonstop. Now I'm going to bring up something else that you guys might not know. Let's have her do it this way. There we go. So I brought this up already. The Dude 44, that was my actual thumbnail on 4/6, the date that all this stuff was going down, right? The day the Dude 44 thing happened, it was on 4/6. One piece that people might not know about is the fact that on 4/6, we had the Dude 44. On April 6th, we have drop 1044. Timestamps also 322, which falls back to Obama again with my other stuff with Artemis, but that's not the point. Dude 44, it was actually on the day. It's the actual day of that post, of this post. So here's the thing. This right here, this is the next night on Gutfeld. We had Charles Payne come on. Look at how he's dressed. Look at the time he comes on screen for the first time in the show. At 8:09. 8 plus 9 is what? 17. It's Charles Payne, bringing the pain, right? Well, he's dressed this way on the same day that, oh, that's right. He's dressed exactly like Barack Obama.
Oh, God.
You've got to be joking me. So I caught that. I'm like, there's no way I did not post this out. So anybody that saw the show heard me talk about this. I did not post this out. This is part of the decode I had not put out yet. But what are the odds that he does this as well after the Dude 44 comes and the other stuff that I and others put out? Payne dresses exactly like Barack Obama the same day that that exact delta is hit.
Wow. Now keep this up for a second here. Now, because my eyes are a little messed up. it appears to me that the tie is a little bit more gold and the suit is a little bit more brown because and I can see clearly in the Obama, his outer, like where his shoulders are a lot darker and it looks like gold in the middle. So my eyes see Charles Payne's outfit, the tie and the jacket as very similar. But I'm guessing it's looking more like Obama side looks like, where it's, to you guys, it probably looks more, a little bit more dark and a little bit more gold or a little bit different.
Right. Now, here's how I described it for everybody. He has, oddly enough, he has the white cap for hair.
Oh, God.
White cap. Now, follow me on this. He has a darker brown suit, goldish or lighter brown on where the tie would be. Also what Payne has. Matching up, and the time he came on the screen was at 8:09, which is right here, which of course equals 17 when they put his name on the screen for the first time in the show. And again, what are the odds he matches, in my own eyes, how Obama looks?
That's bananas. I love that stuff too. And yeah, I think they're absolutely highlighting Obama because it's all coming back around. It's, it's all coming back around to he started off, this whole thing against Trump.
And not only that, he also, this goes into our conversation, it's not the only thing he started too, is what else? Okay, who's in the news right now is Iran. Who is Iran linked to? Israel for last situation, right? Well, as I try and find this, where is it? There it is. They've been giving this to us. And I know I showed this on the roundtable, but they've been giving this lately a lot too, is they'll put Israel and Iran up on the screen together, of course, since that's going on over there. But the timing in which they're doing it, they're trying to point something out. So who gave Iran the money is Obama. So there's your link to Obama with all the Iran stuff, but it's also now linking to Israel. Okay, so I think, again, we're getting closer to the end. How are they doing this? Is they keep on doing it with this timestamp, 9/16. They do it very consistently too. And if I can do it quick enough, I have one more they showed just the other day where they keep on bringing Israel up at exactly 9/16. And of course, you're not going to be on my screen right where I want it to. Nope, but it's fine. Why is 9/16 important with Israel? For anybody that doesn't know. 9/16 tells us March 10, 2018, that we're saving Israel for last. Very specific reason, not mentioned a single time. So when my Fox News, who consistently gives us these comms, brings you Fox News 9/16 consistently with Israel and recently with Iran attached to it, I think we're getting to that point. And again, that's where it brings us to Barack Obama, because who started the whole Iran $1.7 billion in cash deal, which is, of course, what we've been getting recently, too. That's all been brought up. And then you got your Zulu time now connecting to Charlie Kirk situation that flushes out Barack Obama as well. Oddly enough, it all connected together. No idea how. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand this back to you so we can get the 44 thing brought up. So I can finish my little thought process on this. Let me get this set, because I got to see what it said there, because there's one other piece to this I want to bring up. Because if you do 44, I'm going to have to reshare. No, I'm going to have you share. I want to have you share just that post. That's it right there. So the perfect. Raw GPS data shows 44 foreign registered cell phones. Okay, so 44 cell phones. 44 is your Obama. I linked that already to the Iran. And now, of course, I brought in Israel to it. Just bringing in the registered cell phone, what was the beeper situation with Israel as well, where they handed out all those beepers that blew up? So we have the how do I want to word this right so I say it correctly? Electronics situation, whatnot. We're talking about the airplanes that can track everything as well. So you have tracking Israel, which we know, if you know anything about the TPUSA, the Erica Kirk thing, if you hear anything that Candace Owens says, whether you believe it or not, there's connections to who? Israel. Of course. And now what are we getting inside of all this information is that apparently there's these weird connections, and we have people flying airplanes or drones that are also tracking stuff around the same time that Charlie Kirk was shot, the Tyler Robinson thing. They're tracking people. Where are they going? Sounds to me like this entire thing is an op. 100%. Now, is it done by white hats or black hats? That I can't answer. Is Charlie Kirk really dead? That I can't answer. But the whole thing smells like it's something for us to actually dig into, because it's getting our attention with all the other stuff going on in the world. I think Charlie Kirk should be on my back burner as far as the Tyler Robinson thing goes, but that's just me.
Yeah, it's all very, very weird. And then, of course, you always have people that are attacking the people that put this information out. And some people are like, well, they're college students. Oh my God, why would you have foreign registered, college students? Well, how would 4 of those students be at the Islamabad Serena Hotel at the same time all these people are meeting yesterday? Because I think the implication is that, like, I think somebody said that J.D. Vance was there. I think this is where they're meeting.
Thank you. That's what I was going to say. So, okay, so you have J.D. Vance. Okay, out of the 4 people that might have had phones in Utah, I don't know where J.D. Vance was, but let's just say this. If there's 4 people that went over to Islamabad where the hotel is, what 4 people were actually in Utah at the time? I don't know if J.D. Vance was. I don't think he was, but all we need to know is who those 4 people were to figure stuff out. Because are they just regular students, or were they actually people that are like part of TPUSA or part of the government? Who are they? Because that would answer a lot of questions right there. Who were those 4 people? And if they were at that hotel, that means it sounds to me like they were people that were part of it all. That's what they're saying.
Yeah. Sounds like that to me.
Where was J.D. Vance? Where was Jared Kushner? Where were these people when the actual event of Charlie Kirk happened? I know where I was. I was on Rainbow Show breaking it down.
Well, I'm glad you asked. As of the evening of April 11th to 12th, 2026, Islamabad was the center of intense international attention as it hosted high-stakes direct peace talks between the United States and Iran, aimed at ending a 6-week conflict in the Middle East, Oregon Public Broadcasting. High-profile negotiations. U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance arrived on Saturday, April 11th, for talks with senior Iranian officials, aimed at converting a fragile ceasefire into a lasting deal, were facilitated by Pakistani officials, including Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and Army Chief Azam Munir. Failed breakthrough, but let's see who else was there. Who else was there on the? Is this what they're going with? Like, who was here for the the American side of it? Who was with his delegation here, right? Was it other people? Are they trying to say, ooh, well, J.D. Vance was there, so maybe people that were with him were part of this whole cover-up? And again,
that's kind of my point is who. Okay, so if J.D. Vance wasn't in Utah, right? But there's 4 people that are at the hotel where this is going on. It sounds like somebody that's either around Vance, Rubio, or anybody that's in that group that went there. It sounds like somebody that's connected to them could be a part of it, like you just said. It's like who in J.D. Vance's circle is with him over there, or any of the others that was also in Utah. Put those 2 together and boom, you have an answer.
Right. Now let me ask you this question here. I'm going to read this, and would this make any sense to you? Another spy plane caught overhead exactly when Tyler Robinson turned himself in. Was Tyler Robinson, quote, processed by military intelligence? I mean, dude, my hope is at the end of all this is that this all was a big diversionary op, because it didn't really make sense about Charlie, the blood, all that stuff. Trapdoor, no trapdoor, I don't know. But then we did see that there were 2 trapdoors after they removed it, and then they repaved the whole area. Nothing of that original story makes any sense to me. Nothing.
No, and that's where, okay, so if you want my actual opinion on it, what I think, I think the Valhalla line told a lot. I think the trapdoor tells a lot, and I think all the number stuff I did personally says a lot. I think Valhalla is where Charlie is, and we're seeing a major op to get people's attention. And there's one last piece. I didn't say this on the round table. I brought this up on my show on Friday night. What are the odds of this? Somebody on our show on the round table brought up how JFK assassination happened, and how not long after we had the Apollo 11 mission, because JFK said, oh, we're going to go to the moon, and boom, we went to the moon all those years later. We also had Charlie Kirk get shot, and just 6 months later, just like 6 years later with JFK, we went back, quote unquote, to the moon. I find that to be an interesting correlation that I haven't played with yet, but I want to put it out there. JFK dies, 6 years later, we go to the moon. Charlie Kirk dies, 6 months later, we quote unquote go back to the moon. Very interesting.
Matrix, give me 10 seconds, just quick.
Oh, you're good. Hey, deplorable Laura. Welcome and good to see you. What's up, Ronald Whitten? By the way, everybody, smack that red pill, smack that thumbs up, smack whatever the positive affirmation you button is on whatever channel you're on. Make sure you hop over to my channel, over to Space Shot's channel, give the thumbs up or red pill or whatever that thing is for both sides, everybody. And welcome in.
Got a phone call from the son. He's like, "Can you bring my wallet up to work?" I'm like, "No, I can't bring your wallet up to work." "Oh, okay, later." I'm like, "Well, do you need money? I can Apple Cash you something." He's like, "Well, I need money, but that's not what I needed my wallet for." I'm like, "Well, you can wait for your wallet. You're working anyway, so."
Right.
So just sending him a little Apple Cash here as we go.
There you go. And yes, deplorable Laura, my moon thoughts, we never went. Exactly my thoughts as well. Most of you have heard my thoughts on that before. I do think it's one big op. I do think we live on a place with a firmament. That is where I sit. But that's, of course, a whole nother discussion, because once we get into that flat discussion, we go sideways. So we'll just leave that alone.
I'm glad you brought that up. Oh, God, what was I just going to show, too? All right, let me get this off the screen, because if I don't, I'm like getting itchy like a crackhead over here. I want to get this, because I don't even know what this is. I don't know if this is people making fun of it, or are they trying to actually say this is a genuine behind the scenes of what's going on or what went on there. It says deception leaked, behind the scenes footage of the Artemis 2 mission was leaked. So this has got to be somebody making a parody, right? This can't be.
It's got to be AI. It's got to be AI.
Well, I mean, how would we decipher this AI versus theirs?
Here's how I think. I think nobody's going to leak this type of actual footage, but I think you have to set the seed that it is a green screen. So people are making their own videos for this, in my opinion. But I do think this is really what's going on. I don't think people are leaking this much, though. I don't think so. It'd be awesome if they did, but I can have my hopes up, but I don't think so.
Dude, it's so funny that we were doing the show yesterday, and Hulk brings up like this like short video, and it's like it's all things like busting on people that are questioning this stuff, right? Yeah, but hey, we got a photo of this, and he's like, they took like a panoramic, he's trying to say that somebody was up in an airplane and has a video of the Artemis going, and it looks, it's straight up, it's going straight up, and I'm like, well, they must not have seen the whole footage, because it went straight up, but then it started going back horizontal like they always, every single one of them does. So,
yep.
Let me see really quick. Trajectory, is that a good word? Let's see. And I don't know that it will show on this one, but yeah, it's at this point it's not even a question to me that they faked it. Now, why they're faking it, I don't know. I don't know what exactly they're doing with the money or whatever, but all I know is they basically are giving us a bunch of fake crap all the damn time.
Yep.
Look at the trajectory, same as a ballistic missile, huh? NASA going nowhere since 1959. April 2nd. Oh, and remind me, Matrix, anything special about that day that they launched? What do they usually call? Don't they have a nickname for that day usually? I forget what it is.
Something like a day of fools or something.
It's a day to fool people.
Yeah.
But look at trajectory straight up, right? Somewhat it was. And I don't know what we're seeing here, dude. I don't know what they're showing us, but look at, it's going straight up. Straight up to the moon. Let's go.
Looks like my bottle rockets before they blow up.
Right? That's going up to the moon, guys. No, really, they're going to the moon. look at dude.
Looks like to me they're going out to the middle of the ocean.
Where'd it go from here? Does it? It almost looked like it disappeared. Where'd it go? Did it stop going?
It went into outer space, man.
Because look, it's right here. You can see it, and then it stops. I don't see it going any more than that point right there.
You're right. It doesn't.
See something right there, and then
they turn their chemtrails off.
Like, well, I guess that's it, guys. No more. Look, it's gone. It's not. So what do they turn off the smoke and it's not doing it anymore? But clearly, that's not straight up.
They turn the chemtrails off, bro. Click, click. Suddenly disappear.
It doesn't make much sense to me, bro. It doesn't make much sense to me. Oh, so what do you think we're doing here, going forward with the with all this stuff? Because it seems to me clearly that they're highlighting Obama, and like heavily foreshadowing Obama. And we know that we have grand juries in the south of Florida, apparently, right? And so, I don't know what part of this stuff is already done, what it's not, but I'm sure you can remember this post, right? Witnessed, I think is the one. Essentially witnessed.
Oh, 2305, I think is the one.
23, so I'll just keep going down.
I think it's 2305, yeah. It's. I actually posted it just yesterday or the day before. There it is. In the end, you'll be shocked to learn what you've essentially witnessed. There it is, 2305, very bottom, left side.
Yeah, there's it over here too.
All the way at the bottom.
That's a long one, huh?
Yeah, it's a really, really, really long one.
Damn.
It's at the very end too.
Wow. Yeah,
there it is. Boom. In the end, you will be shocked to learn what you've essentially witnessed. Scavino just posted a Eagle video, and he posted it at 23:05 military time yesterday or the night before. So oddly enough, I just read this and posted this just yesterday, the day before.
Dude, I'm loving it. And again, what did we witness? What was covered up? What happened during COVID, right? Like, are you of the belief that maybe a lot of things happened under the guise of a COVID lockdown? Because that would have been a good time to clean up a bunch of stuff while everybody was, stuck in your house for a year and a half, 2 years.
100% makes sense, because not only that, also let's remember the beautiful chart that was shown at Butler before Trump was shot that told us he left office on April 1st. April Fool's Day 2020. Oddly, a few months later, we have COVID show up when he's already gone from office because there's a military op going on. What happened right after COVID shows up as well? We have fake Biden going to office. So we have a 4-year op of a pause, of it had to be this way, of waking people up, of showing Joe Biden being, dead. Yeah, I think it was a 4-year op to wake people up is what we went through. And again, that line right there on the screen, in the end, you'll be shocked to learn what you've essentially witnessed. I don't think everybody's going to find out, we paused because Jim Carrey played Joe Biden for 4 years, because that would just be too much for some people. Because in the end, the choice to know will be yours. And also the truth won't be for everyone. And in the end, won't be for everyone. Brought those up on Thursday, and I think those come into play very much so. But with it being Barack Obama, that part of it I see coming out very, very much so. But I don't see like outer space stuff. I don't know if I see that coming out as well. Like, in the end, you'll be shocked to learn it hits on so many areas. But right. Barack Obama, I think that's coming. I think
it's on the way. And thank you to Bobby Polfus dropping a $10. I don't even know what they're called over here on YouTube anymore, but a tip over there on YouTube. So thanks for the $10, and it says a good luck, and it's a I don't know, I'll show you guys. It's like I don't know what they are here. It's like what do you call it? Like a fox maybe, basically blowing his horn. Good luck. So it's a donation, so I'll call it that. So thank you, Bobby Polfus, and thank you for Debbie for passing it along, because they do a crap job of notifying us of that.
I forget we're ever even on YouTube. I always forget. I've never wanted to be a YouTube person, so I always forget we're on YouTube. So.
Oh, well, speaking of, I have to be like I have to be almost like a crackhead with YouTube, because like I'll do it right now. Me and Hulk did a show yesterday. Unless I'm checking my email 3 times a day, I have to go back over to Creator Studio, which right now, me and the Hulk show yesterday. Ineligible because we use some songs, and we use one song, and boom, we clip that out, and then we done. So I have to do that with YouTube. I don't have to bother with that with Pilled, with Rumble, with DLive, with any of the other platforms. Only YouTube. So this is why I say, for those of you who may watch my video on YouTube, and we might be talking about one thing, and then all of a sudden, bink, we're into something else. You might go, well, that didn't flow very well. It's because we had to cut out a minute here, 2 minutes there, for you guys to even be able to keep it on there. Because if you have what they call copyright material or whatever, not only will they demonetize it, which I don't really care either way, because YouTube ain't paying anything, but what they do is they limit the reach of the video as well, so it gets limited views on top of it. So to get a normal amount of views, I have to basically allow it to cut all the stuff out of it. And Matrix,
It's so stupid.
yeah, it's Bush League, right? And it's like, why don't the other places have to do it? So this is a programming note. I don't think you were ever streaming on D Live, but this is the farewell tour for D Live. This is the last show I will be presenting on D Live because apparently it is coming upon us that they're shutting down. Now, again, Matrix, they didn't do a good job of letting us know when they're going to be actually shutting down. They just said basically, hey, cash out your lemons or whatever they are there and get over, and basically shut down the operation. So I'm going to put the Rumble link in there for you guys. There's one. And then I'm going to go over to Pilled, of course, and put that link as well. I'm not even going to drop you guys the YouTube link. That's how much I care for them. So I would appreciate you guys follow us over on the Foxhole, first and foremost, then Rumble, and then if you need to, YouTube.
Definitely.
Just how they've been for the creator. Pilled has been solid, Rumble's been good as well, and YouTube's the worst.
Yeah, no, Pilled is, for anybody out there listening, pilled.net. You guys got to do yourself a favor. Get over to pilled.net, make yourself an account. It's just like every other platform. You get in, you put an email in, boom, you're done. Check the site out, play with it, get on some shows, figure out how it works. It might take you a day or two. I promise you it will be 100% worth it because it beats out every other site out there. It's just a matter of learning how to use it, just like every other site. And then, of course, with Rumble, I don't have a problem with Rumble, except for the fact that they, of course, the Rumble rants and whatnot like to disappear if you're not right on it. So I'm going to right away thank Mr. Grass 41. Welcome and good to see you. Thank you for that $20 Rumble rant. Says great show as always. Thank you very much for that. Now we will get to all the gold pills at the very end because, of course, those don't go anywhere. They stick the whole show, so we don't have to worry about them.
Yes, sir. And just really quickly over here, you can do so many things here. You can set the raids and stuff like that. You can actually do private chats and video chats that they provide here.
And phone calls, all kinds of stuff.
Phone calls or video chats for free. And then as you guys saw, I was kind of messing with the different, and I think I'm going to keep it on this weird neon one, but I think I had it on Galaxy for a while. But you can change the layout of it, what it looks like.
I do Neo, green for me.
What was the one I just said I was going to do? Crap. Smash
Neon, I think.
Neon, yeah. I think I like the bright. Because my eyes can't see. I have slight detente, what they call, and so most people can see 7 shades of each color. I can see like 3 to 4, and mine specifically, like reds and greens, are my worst.
That's interesting.
But yes, we will absolutely read off the rest of those later, guys. I just wanted to show you guys the platform there, and let me see which one is this one. This one's this one. Okay. And dude, did you see more stuff is coming out on Swalwell? It's getting bad for him, bro. And I'm loving it.
Good. I think it's all timing.
And so you guys, actually, you know what? Let me see if I can do this first. Did you see there's 2 versions? Apparently 2 versions of the Swalwell video. One is like the second one I was just going to show you there. Is this the second one? I think, no, this is the second one. So I think this is the first one. Here's Eric Swalwell, married for a decade, kisses alleged sex worker, married for a decade, video by Martin Shkreli. So he's kissing some floozy. As you can see, he's got no socks on, right?
Yep.
Somebody next to him has these weird Nikes. Now, I would say if you're trying to ID this person, just look for the person with these Nikes because they're not just an average pair of Nikes. They're like colored.
They look like they're from the 90s, literally.
Yeah, it looks like a pair of done up Air Forces, all black, but they missed some white spots on purpose. And then also, as I kind of scrub through this video is shaky. So what it means is there's a person sitting from the perspective of where we're sitting right now, and they're actually filming him kiss her, and then them being next to this guy. And so that was one clip of it. Here's the second clip of it, and I don't think there's no nudity or anything like that. But this guy's like smacking her in the butt. She's looking over at the camera, and I'm feeling like, oh, and dude, what was that? Did you see that in the background? I just noticed that in the background. Do you see the little blonde chick? I don't know if it was room service or not, but yeah, watch the mirror back here and then watch over here. I've watched this like 10 times already, and I'm like because I was trying to see who this dude with the beard is on the right side, and I'm like, okay, who's that? But I just for the first time saw that there was looked like a woman right here, maybe. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yep.
The second sex
I didn't even
worker.
notice that. Yep.
That's the next one, and she's wearing some very low cut shirt from Cleveland. Showing some cleavage, some Cleveland.
Before we started the show, I did come across this, and somebody had posted out they think they knew who that guy was that slightly comes in.
Really?
I don't know if this is legit, but he put up a picture of Ruben Gallego, which I didn't think looked like him as much. Yeah, the hair don't look right to Ruben Gallego.
Well, let's take a look at Ruben Gallego. Ruben, I don't even know. Gallego?
Yeah, something like
Gallego?
that.
Let's see. Oh, Ruben Gallego is Eric Swalwell's best friend. They vacationed together with each other's wives in Qatar during COVID, riding camels shirtless while the rest of America was locked down. Ruben ran Eric's doomed presidential campaign. They spent countless hours at each other's houses. It's hysterical watching Ruben desperately try to distance himself from this pervert. Reality check. His own history with women is almost as bad as Swalwell's.
Wow, maybe what I saw wasn't so crazy. It wasn't right here. It wasn't from Carrie Lake that said it, so.
I never heard this.
So guys, if you don't mind it, I'm about to lay out some hard truths about my opponent, Ruben Gallego.
Oh.
And I'm not telling you this to be mean. I'm really not. I'm telling you this because the people have got to know before they vote who this guy is. His ads leave out a whole lot of despicable treatment of women. His ads don't tell you that about the time that he harassed and threatened a 20-year-old female intern, and when she complained about it, she was fired. His ads don't tell you about the fact that his fellow Democrats down at the state legislature gave him the nickname the Troll because of how creepy and degrading he was with women. And his ads don't tell you about the time he told a Latina woman that because she was a Republican, she wasn't a real Latina. Can I hear it for our incredible conservative Latina women?
Yay, good for them. Now let's get into the juice.
Including my daughter, right? When he walked out on his pregnant wife, when she was 9 months pregnant, days before she delivered their firstborn child, he served her papers and he ran off to sleep with a DC lobbyist. That's despicable.
9 months pregnant, dude?
Wow.
I can promise you, if Ruben Gallego will abandon his family to jump in bed with a lobbyist, he will abandon Arizona in favor of DC lobbyists every single vote.
Well, I mean, okay, so what I saw earlier, yeah, there he is. That they put his picture up, and it's like from behind. I wasn't sure if that was the guy I saw pop up into the picture, but they definitely pointed him out. So,
Wow, let me see.
yeah, there he is.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that, dude. I could get rid of this one here. Take a look, see.
See, the hair's not quite long enough. The hair's not long enough.
Unless he,
Although, I mean, yes, it could have been trim, but I mean, I don't think that looks like him.
I don't
What we
think
just
so either.
heard makes us say, oh yeah, it could be, but I don't think that looks like him. It looks too young, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I would say you kind of see a little bit more of his face. Oh, no, you don't really see much of his face. You only see that side view of his face.
Right. Don't look like him to me.
Yeah, I would say this guy's younger, and I would say perhaps more maybe Middle Eastern. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. He looks white to me. Looks like a white boy. The way his hair was
so?
pulled back up top, it looked like a white boy. Look at his hair right there. It looks like more like white people hair.
It's possible.
And look at it in the skin tone. It's brown hair? It's not dark hair. I don't think he's Middle Eastern.
How old do you think this girl is, by the way? Let's see when she looks at the camera.
Mid-20s, maybe. young 20s, something like that.
I would say
In her
very
20s.
young. I would say very young 20s. But for me, when I see that, she's, these are the marks, right? These guys are the marks. She's the hooker, or whatever you want to say. And my guess is, the guy who's recording is either getting some dirt so we can show what we're showing now. And that was the whole, the whole gag of it. But like her eyes are not particularly.
Look at her.
Right
Look
over
at us, though.
Right at the camera. Right.
Right.
So whoever this guy is.
How do we know it's a guy? What if it's one of her friends recording in case something bad happened, and maybe they're the people that are leaking this?
Yeah, and who's
Is
Chesty
that
over here?
Possible? I didn't notice that when I've only watched the video literally twice because it's so cringy. I didn't really care. I did not see her though. Holy crap!
And again, why would she like come in and then look around the corner? So she's watching right now in the reflection as she's walking in. She's seeing that there's a camera up or a phone up. Maybe that's why she looked and saw. Okay, they're recording something. Hey, it looks like she said something.
Her hand too.
Yeah, it looks like she says like.
Has one.
Hey, right here, see? Her mouth open. Hey.
Yep.
Hey,
right.
I'll be over here. Come on, see me. But, I don't know, whatever she's saying. But, dude, yeah, it's just weird. Let me see what the chat's got to say about this one. Because,
wow.
Yeah, they're bad. And thanks for the raid there, Tron. And actually, as I'm looking over there, I see my brother OH58 Captain dropped a $20 Rumble Rant. Says, great show, guys. Although all the information about C. Kirk is very convoluted. From a good source of mine, he's gone. 308 bullet, head would be gone. 308 bullet equals head would be gone. Yeah, I think as well.
That's the problem is that he has a magic spine that stopped a 308 bullet. Come on, man. Give me a break.
Yeah, I mean, and I think, if indeed he was taken out, I certainly think that, it was done with a smaller caliber weapon and a lot closer, maybe even in that camera. Or something like that,
Well, let's say this too: the number stuff that I put together and the comms that I got did say this. Now, for the first 24 hours or so, I kind of stuck with maybe he really is dead because the comms I got did point to him being dead. But I'm sorry, there's too many other things that I'm seeing that point to him not being dead, and then Cash Patel saying the "See You in Valhalla" thing just. And that being the witness protection thing, like I can't get past that. Like I refuse to say that he is for sure dead, but I'll say there is a chance that it's real. I just don't think so based on all the stuff I've seen. There's just too many things.
It's very weird. And again, I can't. Here we go. You're gonna love this one. I can't again say. Anything of the official narrative makes any sense to me whatsoever. None of it. Like, none of it makes a lick of sense to me. And again, here's a ballistics head gel. And this is Flying Lead Ranch. We'll give him a subscribe as we're using his material here. Or a short amount of it. But again, here's a 308. Excuse me. This is a 30-06. This is actually what they killed. So, 38... A 308 would have done a lot of damage as well, but they're saying that his gun, Tyler Robinson, was this 30-06, right?
Yeah, 30-06, correct.
But remember, Charlie had, Charlie's got a Superman spine or Superman skin, and therefore, what you're going to see here does not apply to Charlie. But here we go. I mean, I don't even think that. I don't think that even does it much justice. I mean. The base of the skull, I don't know what side of the skull that was. One side of it is completely ripped off. Obviously, most likely it's going to be the back side of it, would be my guess.
Not only the way that blew up too, so that's if you shot him anywhere in the head. If you shot him in the neck, okay, there's even less to stop the bullet, just the spine, basically. It would have literally ripped his head off his shoulders. His neck would have been gone. Instead, we saw a hole, blood squirt out, and him fall over. Give me a break.
Right? Look at that.
Yeah, come on, look at that. And you're telling me his neck stopped it?
So there's the skull part. You can see it actually flying up. There's one part of it, I can't see which. That's the face. Okay, so the face is there, but the back of the head, you can see that right there. It's like, all this stuff is gone. The back half of the skull is completely gone, Ski.
I don't think so. Real quick, when I got a couple here. Post Miz, thank you for that $5 Rumble Rant. Says, you two make a magic pair, not unlike Rambo and Dave. You work off each other very well and still keep us in awe. Keep up the great work. Love how the family keeps growing. Where we go, when we go all, nothing can stop what is coming. Thank you, Post Miz. And John Osborne, thank you for the $10 Rumble Rant. Says, thank you, Matrix, for all you do. Love your show. Thank you very much, John Osborne. Great seeing you out there as always.
Thank you, Sires. Yes, thank you for the compliment. And I thought Joe's red balloon thing was pretty interesting the other day too. I mean, so much craziness. Now, dude, I wanted to save this specifically, and I'm not going to play the whole. I'm probably not going to play any of it because we'll all have heard it and we all know what we're talking about here, so we don't really need to. Right here, dude. Actually, you know what? I want to play this. I do want to play this. It's 1 minute. We got plenty of time today. There's no rush. Boy is at work. And so let's listen to Miss Flotus. Now, here's what I want everybody to realize. You know what the narrative going out there is, right? That she came out and she did this and Trump did it. I can't even say it, dude, without laughing. Trump didn't know about it, dude. He didn't know.
Yeah, no, okay. So I actually went and did a bad thing, which was went through the Black Pillars stuff about this. I saw this get posted. I was gone yesterday, so I saw this get posted. So I just went to the comments to see what I could see. Every single person that's a Black Pillar was throwing out pictures of her around Epstein with Trump and this, that, and the other, and trying to claim all kinds of stuff. I'm like, oh my God. So what I did was I just stopped and got away from it. So past hearing what she said, I have no idea what went on. But man, those Black Pillars took this and ran.
Just drinking my little bit of una mate there. Yeah, dude, it is laughable to the idea that she didn't know what was going on, and that President Trump didn't know she was making this speech. It's like, really? All right, let's take a listen.
Now is the time for Congress to act. Epstein was not alone. Several prominent male executives resigned from their powerful positions after this matter became widely politicized. Of course, this doesn't amount to guilt, but we still must work openly and transparently to uncover the truth. I call on Congress to provide the women who have been victimized by Epstein with a public hearing specifically centered around the survivors. Give these victims their opportunity to testify under oath in front of Congress with the power of sworn testimony. Each and every woman should have her day to tell her story in public if she wishes, and then her testimony should be permanently entered into the congressional record. Then, and only then, we will have the truth. Thank you.
Okay. Hang on. Go back. Didn't it behind her? Look at behind her. Go back in the video. Notice how the window's open. Keep going. Work your way back. Work your way back. Do they show it in this? Somebody said it. Yeah, hang on. Okay, so it wasn't in this video. So the first video I saw of this, the window behind her, I guess it's a curtain, opens as she begins to talk, or just before she talks, like a dark to light thing.
Oh.
So yeah, the window that's right behind her, apparently. So who said it? Just said it in chat. Hallowed be that name says, did you guys notice when the blinds went up while she was talking? That's the whole thing. Is I didn't notice it this time around. Yeah, there's a blind that goes up while she's talking. So it's like a dark to light type thing or something along that line. The window opening. We go a few different routes with it.
Interesting. Yeah, but the idea that Trump had no clue that she was going to do this, and what she's talking about again. Wait, your husband is being pointed at, right? Half of, not 40% of the internet is saying you're connected to, your husband's connected to Epstein and he was a rapist, he did this, he did that. But wait, his wife, behind his back, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, comes out and says, we need to have Jeffrey Epstein's victims come out and tell their story, right? And it's like, they're not letting this go. It's not going away. So for the folks who are out there who think they're just sweeping all this stuff up under the rug, this is your indication right here that they are not doing so. I'm sorry. It's not happening. I love this, dude. I absolutely love this. And to me, it's laughable. Oh, yeah, you did it without, Trump didn't even know. He must be pissed at her. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. And, without pulling too much stuff up, let's see. Melania and Epstein, right? This is what you saw. Whoop, boom, Epstein. And it's been digitally altered and it's all fake or whatever. Oh, well, good. At least they're putting this out. So maybe we can see here.
There's the whole thing.
See anything as she's walking up? Maybe it happened before.
This thing is that don't here go. Yes, hey, go forward in it maybe.
This is
now it's open.
Oh, okay. This is a 5-minute speech. Bless you, I think.
Yeah.
I think.
All right, good. Had 3 of them right in a row.
Yeah, it does look like almost like it got brighter in the back. But right there it is.
See, there it is. Yep, told you.
There you go.
I
Good
knew
eye.
it happened because I had seen that before as well. But of course, I wasn't around yesterday when I seen this, so I didn't say a word about it.
I mean, was it too dark in here that they needed to do that? I don't think so.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. The dark to light situation.
Let's screen record this as it happens here. So she's talking. Where does it go up? Let's let her.
Tapping in social circles is common in New York City and Palm Beach.
There's going up now, I think. Yep, there it is.
Is common in New York City
Yep, it's going up right
and
now.
Palm Beach. To be clear, I never had a relationship with Epstein or his accomplice, Maxwell.
At 2:32.
My email reply to Maxwell cannot be categorized as anything more than casual correspondence.
Dark to light.
My polite reply to her email doesn't amount to anything more than a trivial note. I am not Epstein's victim. Epstein did not introduce me to Donald Trump.
Oof.
I met my husband by chance at a New York City party in 1998. This initial encounter with my husband is documented in detail in my book, Melania.
Come check
The
out my
first
book.
time
Come check out my book. I like it, dude. But dude, that's crazy. I didn't even notice that. And you gotta be watching to see all this stuff, I guess, huh? Look at that, dude.
Yeah, and I looked at the drop 2:32 and 14:32 for the timestamp, and so just to give you guys out there an idea, 2:32 just says confirmation or confirm go twit. P act small. Red 1, red 2. That's it. Just a tiny little drop. And then 14:32 is a lot longer, and that one is I just got rid of it. It has got 2 different Bible verses in it. It's got Ephesians 6:10 through 18 and 1 Corinthians 13:4 through 13 in it. So it's got prayers and then a go code for Twitter. So those are your timestamps that happen. So I didn't have anything for dark to light, no Windows stuff, nothing like that. But the go code's interesting, let's just say. So
Yeah, very interesting. So did you hear about the dealings over there at the whatever hotel? What did we cover this morning? Whatever hotel. I think we did UFC first, but Donald Trump, or where is it? I don't even know where I did with it. But this one, the one with all the cell phone stuff at the beginning there, with the 40 people being there at the whatever hotel.
Yep, whatever hotel that was over there. Yep, in Islamabad.
Yeah. So here is 17. Funny enough, this is 17 hours ago. So I'm sure you maybe heard the good, bad news. 1 minute and 6 seconds out of CNN here.
Well, good morning, everybody. And let me say a couple of notes of appreciation. First of all, to the Prime Minister of Pakistan and to Field Marshal Munir, who were both incredible hosts. And whatever shortcomings in the negotiation, it wasn't because of the Pakistanis, who did an amazing job and really tried to help us and the Iranians bridge the gap and get to a deal. We have been at it now for 21 hours, And we've had a number of substantive discussions with the Iranians. That's the good news. The bad news is that we have not reached an agreement. And I think that's bad news for Iran much more than it's bad news for the United States of America. So we go back to the United States having not come to an agreement. We've made very clear what our red lines are, what things we're willing to accommodate them on, and what things we're not willing to accommodate them on. And we've made that as clear as we possibly could. And they have chosen not to accept our terms. Questions?
Sir, Nick Robertson from CNN. Precisely what have they rejected here?
Interesting. No deals made with Iran, buddy. What do you think of that?
I think timing is everything, number one. So I think anything that we see going on is going to happen at just the right time. But I find it interesting with, I guess who we talked about, the people that went over there. To me, the worst name is Kushner. But seeing them go over there and not getting something done is very interesting, let's just say. Because again, I'm a full control guy, so I think we're seeing a narrative play out. So I don't think these are legitimate stuff going on. I don't know what we're seeing, but again, the people that went over there, I'm not the biggest fans of. So those are the people I don't trust. So why would the deal not go through? Is it really because of Iran, or is it maybe because somebody who's in that group?
Yeah, it's not bad news for, America. It's bad news for Iran that they're having a fracture within them right now. And you have different groups inside of Iran right now that are fighting each other, right? And apparently there's like a group that just kind of wants to be left alone. Then you have like the Iranians that want their country back versus the IRGC, right? The religious fanatics. Yep. And that's what kind of people are kind of going back and forth about right now. But when President Trump posted that out last week about the peace, possible peace points and deals, what that did was that made a fracture inside of them where they started fighting each other, and they're infighting majorly right now, and that's why I'm just like, how come we have so many of these people out there that are supposed to be good diggers, like that idiot I was showing you earlier, Joker Army or whatever, right? 300,000 followers, I'm putting out all this good information. But yet you can't do level 1 investigative work, right? To the point where, and this is what I say a lot to people, and I'm like, how are these people seeing things that, and I'm going to say this and I'll say it, kind of half jokingly. I'm sure you've seen these women here, the Promethean Action women, okay? So they are seeing things very similar to how us Q folks are seeing things, except though they don't mention Q only to maybe poo-poo it, right? Maybe like they don't subscribe to anything in the Q that I've ever seen, right? And the only thing I've seen is negative comments towards it. However, they're seeing things unfold like we are seeing things unfold, okay? So how are these two old ladies that are doing their research and have been doing research for quite a long time, can see things that other people cannot? And then you go over here to this guy, 2CTV, and he's also not parroting, but he's also reporting very similar to the things that we're reporting on our side as well. And I did some research on this guy too. So I'm like, all right, well, let's see. Because he's reporting very pro United States, right? And so, I was looking to see if people could say like, oh well, he's just a J puppet, right? He's a small hat puppet. Well, apparently this guy grew up in Iran and he lived there till he was about 13 or 14, and then moved to England or the UK. And apparently his father, he reports his father is currently in Tehran. And so he talks to him. I forgot if he said his father can call him, but he can't call his father every now and then or whatever. So he has information. He also claims that they have millions of people that are in Iran that are ready to take to the streets. I forgot what the name that they call the honor guard or something like that, but he's telling them like, no, it's not time. We're not ready yet. Wait until the time is ready to do this stuff. So my question to you is, Matrix, how can this guy sees stuff, and the Promethean Action folks see things very in line to the way we've been reporting, but we're not even looking at the same kind of data set as these people are. We're seeing this stuff, but yet all these other black pillars out there are just going with ma Israel, ma Jews, BB.
Well, I don't know who this 2C person actually is. I'm not sure about him, but the Promethean ladies, I think the reason they're able to see it through the lens they do, even if they're not, let's just say, straight up Q people, is because was it Barbara and Susan have been doing it, like they say in their videos, since what's it, for 40 years or whatever. So they have all the knowledge of what is it, the Lloyds of London and all that. Like, I literally got introduced to the Lloyds of London and that entire concept in the last few months myself. So these ladies that we're talking about, they have great information already, and they see the world for what it is. Now, where they get their info, I'm not 100% sure. And this guy here, I don't know anything about, but it sounds good to him having somebody overseas that actually, knows what's going on. Sounds like he has a quote unquote insider that might be actually good for info. But as far as the Promethean ladies, since I know them, I don't know where they come up directly with their news outside of just taking it from using their info that they know and putting it into play. But they've been doing it so long, I think that's where their knowledge comes from. So those ladies have become one of my favorite channels, especially to show on me and Omazon's show every week too, because I'm learning a great deal from them. So anybody that doesn't know who we're talking about, the Promethean Action ladies, they're on X, Rumble, YouTube, and whatnot. They are incredible, and they will teach you stuff that if you don't know about the world and the way it's run and whatnot, these ladies know what the hell they're talking about. And I've learned a ton. Like, I think it's been about 6 months and more now we've been showing them on our channel, and they're amazing. I've learned too much from them. But again, this guy, I have no clue about him, so all I can do is go based on what you said. But if he has a father who's actually over there, then he has good ability to have good information. And we know that overseas, they get different information than us. We have our own mainstream media, and they have their own stuff over there. So where he gets his info, I don't know. So I can't tell you. But if they're giving info like us, they must be in the same type of areas of information, right? I mean, I look at X all the time, and then, of course, I watch Fox News. But Fox News, I know I'm just breaking down what they're saying and comparing it to what we know. So...
yeah, he's basically saying, of course, they don't want to make a deal over there because when they make a deal, it's going to be a surrender deal for them, the IRGC, right? So it's basically, he's saying, hey, I don't think you actually want to make a deal. It's an end for these idiots. This will be a surrender deal for the Islamic regime of Iran, despite obviously the propaganda they created in the media over the last few days, saying they were actually winning. And this is a good deal. If we get a deal, it'll be a great deal for the Islamic Republic. Of course, that's not the case. It'll be a surrender deal. So he's basically saying if they make a deal, they're done. Yeah, go ahead, buddy.
Now, in the drops, they always bring up the no deals. Now, we know there are deals that get made. Maybe one of the things it's referring to when it says no deals very specifically is referring to Iran and that whole nuclear thing. I mean, 'cause that sure seems to be what it is.
Yeah, very possible. So, I mean, the fact that, again, there are just low IQ people that are looking for clicks right now, and apparently what's getting the clicks is, Trump and Trump's the bad guy, and Trump's whatever is being pushed to do stuff. And again, like I showed you guys earlier, I don't even think Bibi was genuinely at the White House on February 11th of this year. I genuinely don't. Every video I've seen has been a screenshot. So, and like Matrix had mentioned that they had said there was no color guard there, so that means President Trump was not there.
We literally covered it on our show with live on air, and the whole time we were saying it before BB got there. There's no color. Something's wrong here. This is not right. And so, of course, he shows up, and it seems something was off. Like whether it's a different Trump or different BB doesn't matter. We were saying it right there, and then you showed me completely different viewpoint of it, and it showed the same type of thing. So I think we're both onto something with that.
Damn. Let's see. We got an update from President Trump, and I actually have something else to tack on to that video, or excuse me, that story earlier about the people being at Charlie's thing and then being at the Islamabad. Somebody else put an interesting addition to that, but this is 3 hours ago from President Trump. Iran promised to open the Strait of Hormuz, and they knowingly, that's an interesting post. Choice of words that we've seen in the drops many times. Knowingly. and they knowingly failed to do so. This caused anxiety, dislocation, and pain to many people in countries throughout the world. They say they put mines in the water, even though all of their Navy and most of their, quote, mine droppers have been completely blown up. They may have done so, but what ship owner would want to take the chance? There is great dishonor and permanent harm to the reputation of Iran and what's left of their, quote, leaders. But we are beyond all of that. As they promised, they better begin the process of getting this international waterway open and fast. Every law in the book is being violated by them. I have been fully debriefed by Vice President J.D. Vance, Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, and Jared Kushner on the meeting that took place in Islamabad throughout the kind and very competent leadership of Field Marshal Asim Munir and Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif of Pakistan. They are very extraordinary men and continuously thank me for saving 30 to 50 million lives in what would have been a horrendous war with India. I always appreciate hearing that. The amount of humanity spoken of is incomprehensible. The meeting with Iran began early in the morning and lasted throughout the night, close to 20 hours. I could go into great detail and talk about much that has been gotten, but there is only one thing that matters. Iran is unwilling to give up its nuclear ambitions. In many ways, the points that were agreed to are better than us continuing our military operation to conclusion. But all of those points don't matter compared to allowing nuclear power to be in the hands of such volatile, difficult, unpredictable people. My 3 representatives, as all of this time went by, became, not surprisingly, very friendly and respectful of Iran's representatives. Mohammed Bagher Ghalibaf, this guy and this guy. But that doesn't matter because they were very unyielding as to the single most important issue. And I have always said, right from the beginning, and many years ago, Iran will never have a nuclear weapon. DJT. And so he reposted his own post. There you have it. The meeting went well. There you have it. The meeting went well. Most points were agreed to, but the only point was nuclear was not. Effective immediately, the United States Navy, the finest in the world, will begin the process of blockading any and all ships trying to enter or leave the Strait of Hormuz. At some point, we will reach an, quote, all being allowed to go in, all being allowed to go out basis, but Iran has not allowed that to happen by merely saying there may be a mine out there somewhere that nobody knows about but them. This is world extortion. Ooh, another keyword here. And leaders of the world, I don't know where to go. Where did it go? But yeah, I don't think we need to read the rest of it. But we know what he's trying to say. But dude, he brought it up a few times, dude. Extortion. And what was that other event called? Extortion 17? Remember that one?
Extortion 17 specifically?
Oh God, yes. I need to bring this up for folks.
Bring it up. So, because yeah, I've said before, brain farting is a big thing.
Let me see if somebody on Twitter has it. I'm sure. Extortion.
Just anybody so I'd rather know is extortion's also only in one single drop and is in one of the drops, and not everybody believes a real drop. 4959, November 6, 2022. So just throwing that out there.
Oh. 47 years of extortion. Yeah, America. Oh, look at this. This is a spot in decode of this is a spot on decode. I see. Dude, the Birdman and falconer Alan Parrott, another type of bird, who alleges he has information on that Biden specifically had SEAL Team 6.
Yeah, okay.
X'd out, and he was a Muslim middle name of Singh. So his middle name is actually Singh. Alan Singh Parrott.
Is it the Welcome Aboard Plane 17 from the drops? Is that what that's from?
Yeah, and so basically it could be that, or it could be what was the other one there? Alan, people were thinking Dershowitz at the time, right? Alan Dershowitz, welcome aboard, but probably not. More likely this guy. So I'm just trying to give you guys a quick a quick thing on it here if we have one. Jeez. I'm just trying to find a quick short blurb video here on it. I know.
Oh shit! The Welcome Aboard Plane 17 Allen drop is in 5 days, April 17th.
Oh, that would be so. And that'd be great if he, if they said he was going to be start coming on or talking. But dude, I've already interviewed this guy numerous times. Numerous times. Not, excuse me. I don't want to say I've interviewed him one, but he's had his interview out there numerous times. And the long and short of it is, yes, we get the information out there, but nobody, nobody makes a big deal about it or reshares it because everybody wants only their stuff to be getting a lot of clicks, right? And not, doing it for the good reason. Let's see if this is telling us what it's going on here. Let me unmute. Refresh. Here we go.
Wardak Pravin never came home. August 6th.
That ring any bells for you, buddy?
Yep.
Now,
Some names are not always my best, but yep, I remember.
now I got a good one because I saw this was coming on. Now, this is crazy. I don't know if you ever seen this guy.
Yes, I know exactly who this is.
So for anybody who's new, we'll let this play, and I'll just give you a little taste, perhaps. And I can't be sure. I actually passed this along to Ghost and Mike, and I said, "You ever hear of what was his name? Aaron Russo." So allegedly, the idea behind this video is maybe this is SEAL. I want to say Aaron Vaughn. Sorry, I think it was Vaughn. Yeah, Aaron Carson Vaughn. And so what they're saying is, or what this guy is alleging is that maybe he didn't die and he's still alive, and he references the curl on his head.
The curl, yes.
Yeah. If you go back in some of the older pictures, you can see he has that colic on the front of his head. Aaron Vaughn does. So let's see what he's got to say here.
You want the whole truth. Deserve the whole truth. Here's the thing. Find out who I am. For those of you who know, you're not saying anything. Well, those golden tickets you have, really lined with lead. Because until the whole truth comes out, lies on both sides. Anyway, TikTok, have some fun with this. Find out who that man is with the silly curl on his forehead. I had forgotten I even had that curl for decades. Strangest thing, having your memories wiped out. Well, anyway. Take care, TikTok. Godspeed. You want the whole truth?
What do you think of that, brother?
I think he was said to be dead, and he is not dead. And apparently, based on what he said, apparently either he lost his memory or they wiped his memory for whatever went on, and it's like he got some back. I remember this very well. I didn't remember his name until you actually said it, but yeah, this whole thing. There he is. Yeah, possibly there he is. That's the picture right there. Yep, you can tell that's him.
You think so? Yeah. Oh God,
I really do. Yeah, that's one of those things that years ago, whenever I was looking at this, and everybody was going nuts with it, and it's like, that's him. That's freaking him.
What do you guys think in the chat there? Extortion 17. Does that look like him? I mean, you got to remember too. It's 2011, so you're talking. I think this was
15
recorded.
Years.
Yeah, it was recorded a few years ago. So you're talking 12, 13, 14 years or something like that. I don't know. I mean, let me pull up this other video again here. I'll pull it side by side, and you guys can tell me here.
There he is. You see the dimples and everything. The nose looks right. Of course, it's a different angle. Looks different angle. Look at his teeth. Let's see if the teeth. Can we tell?
Well, I mean, you probably have those changed too, veneers or something like that.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. That's the thing, though, is you look to see for the main things that will line up. Yes, he could change, but see if any of that does. And then
those
go
big
from
blue
there.
eyes. Those eyes are blue as hell on both sides too, and you can't really see the curl there.
You see the nose. See how I look down? The nose is right. The tip of the nose goes down like his in the right. When he looked down, he looked just like it. He has those dimples too.
That's crazy. I got to send this. I'm actually going to take a screenshot of the thing here and send it to. I might get a good exclusive on this stuff, dude. Very possible.
Yeah, and so, somebody in chat also on my side said JFK Jr. I remember when that was going around. No, this is a real dude who was a real SEAL Team 6 guy who apparently was killed, but not killed, I guess. But yeah, this is not JFK Jr.
Interesting, and you're gonna find this interesting. So one of my buddies had sent me. So you remember this? We covered this in the very beginning. Again, here we go again.
There. Yep.
All right. So one of my
dude
buddies,
44 registered phones. Yeah.
Yeah, the dude 44 registered phone. So one of my buddies sent me this in addition to that. Says, isn't JD Vance there? I hope the Secret Service is aware of this. This needs to go viral. So I don't know if he's saying this in that, like, oh, hey, JD Vance is there, like, make sure we get extra security on him. Or is he saying, oh, JD Vance was there as well? Was he one of the 4 devices or, whatever in both places?
It sounds like almost a combo, but I would say it almost sounds like he's trying to say that it's not Vance and he needs more security, which, again, I said earlier, could go either way. Is it somebody with Vance or is it Vance himself? Again, I don't know where Vance was that day, so I really truly have no clue. So
yeah, absolutely. And Beer, were you part of that group message this morning from Beer at the Parade?
No.
It was funny because he sent out a group thing and he's like, hey, I'm gonna be going live at 1:00. So definitely give Beer at the Parade a view. Give him a view later on, obviously after we're over, but he says, join us today at 1:00 as we explore the words of Jesus Christ and how important forgiveness is going to be as we all move through the Great Awakening together. So that should be interesting. He's basically, posted out for us to see. And I'm like, I didn't even get a chance to message him back because I'm like, yeah, we're going live at that time. Sorry, buddy.
It's fun when your other people are out live at the same time or they ask you for a raid and you're like, I'm live myself actually. So sorry. I miss a lot of shows that way too. What's fun? I don't get to see the one person show I never ever get to see who I really wish I could is Stormy Joe. I only get to see clips of his shows and whatnot because I'm live when he's live every single time. So I really wish I could see his show, but I never get to.
Yeah, it's tough too because I've historically tried not to do that. I very much enjoy, his decodes as well. But, historically what I've always done, like somebody said to me the other day, oh, did you see Red Pill show the other day? And I was like, nope, don't watch his stuff. And they're like, why not? And I'm like, and people might get the wrong idea as to why I don't watch my friends' videos, right? And the reason I don't is because I usually set a show and that's what I set. But now if I go over and watch Red Pill and I'm like, oh, wait, he got a story I didn't get, I would almost feel like I'm stealing it, right? And then if I do cover it, and then I'm going to be like, well, I found this over here, and then I'm advertising their channel more than my channel. You know what I mean? So for that reason, I just don't ever cover it. I don't watch them, and, and I'll hear clips and see clips, of course. But for that reason, I just stay away.
Now, I love that, but I'm a little the opposite. I do watch these shows I do watch, specifically, of course, like Joe and Dave and whatnot. Like anytime I get stuff from them and I bring it into my show, what's the first thing I do? I got this from those guys over there because I don't care. It's like, you know what, I'm going to give people their due. And if people can add to my show, in my opinion, I enjoy it. Like I watch your show. When I watch you and like Hulkinator on Saturdays, it's like if I have a show Saturday night and you throw something out there that goes into my show, it's going to go into my show. But I'm just going to be like, yep, I got this from Hulkinator at Spaceshot earlier. Bam, boom. That's how I do it. I don't care. I'll give you guys all the credit in the world because you know what? We're all a group, bro. And of course, we just got to find a way to get along. I hate the infighting, Oh, you stole my information, guys. Or we could have came across the same information at the same time, too. That's very possible.
And we all just get along. I mean, yeah, we've seen it. And, you believe me, dude, we had a guy, Tori says, I think she used to work for the government or whatever. And she does, I think, she does some good work. I'll pull it up on the screen here for you quick.
Yeah, I'm bad with names. Yeah,
you'll love this one. The worst typer, especially one finger typer. Tori says, I think. Goes by. This one. And
I
that's
recognize the face.
probably not even her biggest account, but oh yeah, Chaos Coordinator. She goes by there, and she's got a lot of good, she's got a lot of good information, and she's covered a lot of the stuff of. You remember how we had government workers that were all getting in Zoom meetings, how they were showing how they were going to resist Donald Trump, essentially.
Yes,
she was in these, even as an administrator in some of them, but she was recording them all so she could later put them on the internet. Now, anyway, so long story short, she has a YouTube channel, and I'm pretty sure me and Hulk started our show before she even started posting on YouTube. And I had one guy who used to, and I remember his screen name like it was yesterday because it had drunk in the name. And he would constantly message me, telling me, because Hulk sets up the Saturday show, that, oh, Hulk's stealing all of Tori's work. And I'm thinking, I had no idea who she was back then because we're talking about 2018, 2019. And I'm like, who? Oh, you guys are stealing her stuff. And I'm like, and then I went and looked it up. I'm like, dude, she started podcasting on there like a year after we did. And I'm like, so whose material were we stealing before that? So yeah, people do get all, territorial and stuff like that over BS. And I think it's, whatever. But so I just try to stay away from it, But
that's what I do.
This is interesting. Jocko Wilnick reposted this. Johnny FSE says, I built courtwatch.us, a free public database for American citizens who deserve safer communities. You can track which judges released defendants who then got rearrested, skipped court, or violated their release conditions. All public records, all free. And he says, I started with Orange County, Florida, and will be expanding to all 67 Florida counties and eventually every state in the country. This first batch of info is from 2024, and since public reports are released in March and April for the previous year, data is behind. But I wanted to see if this is plausible. After adding 2024, I'll add 2025 and then figure out how to get real-time data uploaded. It's in beta. Would love to know what you think. Numbers don't lie, but criminals do. That'd be great, right? Judge Tynan, total cases, failed to appear, new arrests, revocations. So, only thing is, I wish we could take these judges off off their bench. But it's, from what I understand, it's pretty difficult to take a judge off unless you have them on outright corruption.
Yeah, and the other problem too is I hear that judges don't even have to have I don't know, I'm going to say this wrong, but judges don't have to go through all kinds of rigorous stuff the same way like a lawyer does. Like a judge can become a judge very easily compared to a lawyer becoming a lawyer. It's weird. In other words, why I'm saying that though is because they're able to place corrupt people in as judges very easily because of the way a judge can become a judge. I saw a whole thing about it months ago and was like, what? But yeah, learning how a judge can become a judge blew my mind. Like a judge can become a judge in just the simplest way, basically, with basic shit. And it's crazy. So I think that's the way they get people in that are so corrupt doing this stuff. The stuff we see, oh, we're going to release a guy who just raped a 12-year-old. We're going to leave him in jail overnight, and then we're going to release him on no bail. Oh, okay, that works. What?
It's pretty horrendous to some of the things that these people are doing, and then you're letting them get out. But meanwhile, we got Tina Peters in jail, right? For 9 years for basically saving the election in that county, right? And nobody else had the stones, I'll just say it nicely, that had the stones to do what she did. Nobody. Disgusting. All right, let me pop this one off. Mr. Matrix, it is 3:30. I was wondering if you wanted to do one of those lovely Rumble commercials or one of those things that we do. You said you're back in the system, I think, right? Back in the saddle
sir.
Again?
Yes, sir. Back in the saddle.
Let's see if we got a Rumble wallet. Now, really quick pro tip for you, buddy. Let me thank InfoWars Man who gifted a subscription out to the channel on Rumble, so I appreciate that, InfoWars Man. But if you go into your Rumble studio where the chat is, you'll see all, and then you'll see activity. If you click on activity, what you mentioned earlier, it will be there. So some of the in the chat itself, say the Rumble rants, the more people donate, the longer that stays in the Rumble chat itself. But all of the donations stay in that activity thing and they don't disappear. So you can just check them out after if you needed to. Just a little heads up there.
Oh, I do see that now. And also, hey, I got a rate earlier from HWIH. I did not see that come in, so thank you very much for that earlier. Thank you. I didn't see all that.
HWIH. Hey, and we got one from Tronanon, so it's always helps. So yeah, do that. Refresh the page there because it always needs to re-catch up or whatever. And I'll see if I got a Kelshi and I got a Rumble wallet.
I got a Kelshi. I also got a Rumble wallet as well.
All right, you want to do a Kelshi?
Sure. Kelshi. Yep. All right, ready.
Clicking and clicking.
And go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, have you ever watched the news or a big game and thought, I know how this is going to play out? Instead of just tweeting about it, you can actually put those predictions to work with Kalshi. Kalshi is a federally regulated exchange where you trade on real-world events, not stocks. Think questions like, will inflation be higher next month? Will the Fed cut rates? Or will your team make the playoffs? Each market is a simple yes or no contract priced between 1 and 99 cents. And if you're right, it settles at $1. That price is basically the crowd's probability of something happening. So if yes is trading at 75 cents, the market is saying there's about a 75% chance it happens. You can use it to hedge, you can use it to speculate, or just put some skin in the game on what you already follow every day. And right now they got a special offer, trade $10, get $10. Just go to kalshi.com/rumble, deposit and place your first $10 in trades, and Kalshi will give you an extra $10 to use on the platform. So if you've got a take, don't just post it, trade it. Go to kalshi.com/rumble to get started today. That's kalshi.com/rumble. Boom. That's interesting, dude. And dude, they're betting on everything, right? Like you can bet on, I think, did you see the one where people were betting on red lights? Dude, yeah, dude, it's let me see if I can find one because they're getting so out of hand with the following things. Oh my god. On red lights. So I'm just popping. I had no intention to do this today here, but I don't know if it will come up, but I'll just tell you as it is. So there are certain things right here on live traffic cameras. So there are people that are actually going on. I don't know if Kalshi does this one specifically, but there are other ones that it will show you like, what it does is it skims, like one will be like New York and then it goes over to Chicago, or one will stay in Chicago, but it'll skip over to different streets, and it shows you like a traffic intersection. And it says, okay, during this green light, how many cars will get through the intersection? Like, dude, that's what kind of stuff people are betting on now. Like,
oh, what?
Yeah, you're talking like a degenerate society at this point of just like, it's getting crazy, dude. It's getting crazy. So yeah, I don't know. Have you seen that before? Has anybody in the chat seen that? Because it's crazy.
People need to just get a life. What is wrong with people?
And this dude won like, it was crazy money. It was like 200,000 or something like that because he bet like 14 cars were to get through, and then like one car at the last minute got across. So I just thought it was absolutely bananas. But you know, that's my saying. Everything's bananas.
Wow.
Let me see. What's the wildest thing you guys have seen being bet on, dude?
What you just said kind of is up there, but
ooh, I love this. I love this one comment right here. I'm gonna pin this comment and I'm gonna read it. Boom. What do you mean, you truthers? Utah Money Mover, I see you in the chat all the time. You truthers, you mean us truthers. But Utah Money Mover says, if you truthers do your civil duties with surety bonds and insurance, you can deal with judges, police, and teachers. Dude, that stuff right there, bro, is right in my wheelhouse. I love that type of stuff, dude. Well, you know, I don't know if you've researched or done any work into that type of stuff.
No.
But you can go after, judges and people that do you wrong, and you can go after their bond, essentially, right? And that's why certain people in school zones and school districts wouldn't do certain things until people would basically threaten their bond. And that's what some of these judges will not go for. So if you ever seen a person like a sovereign person go to court, and try to
Yes,
say
I have
like,
seen that.
yeah, like the jurisdiction doesn't matter here. And so what inevitably happens is the judge will kick the person out of court, or a lot of times what I see is they basically make that person wait till the end, till there's nobody else in court, and then they're the only person that can see what's going on, right? And so the long and short of it is, not a person that drives a vehicle in this country needs to get themselves, and this is just the easiest way I can show you guys. Go look up your local drivers, your DMV, your local DMV. Do you understand that you're driving, the thing that you hold, your driver's license? Do you know what that is, Matrix? That is not, and I'm going to say this legally and correctly. Your driver's license is not meant for you to travel in your automobile. Your driver's license is made for you to drive in your motor vehicle. And those are two very, very different statements. Okay? You're traveling in your own conveyance, your automobile, you're traveling, you're going from point A to point B, and you're not making any money while doing so. You are traveling in your automobile. Now, if I am driving a motor vehicle, per the law, I am making money while I am moving from point A to point B. I'm a bread delivery guy. I'm a delivery man. I'm making some money while I'm driving. I'm bringing product from point A to point B. That would be considered driving a motor vehicle. So these are the things that I love to get into, because at the end of the day, there's not a person in this. I can almost all but guarantee there's not a person in our chat that every day drives a motor vehicle. There might be a few. And even tractor trailers, I don't think classify as a motor vehicle in Rhode Island. Let me see.
Interesting. Yeah, see, the verbiage is where it gets me. Like the way you're saying it now, that's where I get tongue-tied and get it messed up. But I've looked into this stuff too, seen where the guy goes in front of the judges, makes the judge leave. Oh, you're leaving your bench. I guess that means I can leave now, and this, that, and the other. And he does all the right wording and able to walk out of the court. Like that is the what is it, the Postmaster General guy that does that. Yeah, like I've seen this stuff. I'm not good with wording as much as I am with numbers. So like, yeah, I wish I had the verbiage to do all this stuff, but it's confusing to me. But it's the coolest thing ever, and it's legit too. Because if you've seen people like you're talking about, they can walk in front of a judge, throw and spew this stuff at them, and the judge knows what's going on, but doesn't know what to do, and has to basically let them go.
Right? It's bananas. It literally is. So when you get the definition of a motor vehicle in Rhode Island, let's just say that it talks about things that are talks about overhead trolley wires, self-propelled EPAMD vehicles, nothing that anybody here drives. Let's see if this shows the correct version of it. Wait, I thought I just saw it. Yeah. All right. So right here, this is not actually the DMV website for the Rhode Island, but this is Justia. It says motor vehicle means a vehicle, machine, tractor trailer, or semi-trailer propelled or drawn by mechanical power and used on highways, or any other vehicle required to be registered under the laws of this state, but does not include any vehicle, machine, tractor trailer, or semi-trailer operated exclusively on rail. This is absolutely not the definition of the Rhode Island. This is Justia's version of it. I'd have to actually find you the Rhode Island version of it. Plates, types of motor vehicles. But I'm telling you, when you go into there, you need to find the definitions department, the definitions section. Maybe what I'll do is I will driver's license. Let me see if I can find it quick. Hey, there's Nick Sample.
Hey, Nick, what's going on?
Types of vehicles. Yeah, it's in the definitions department. I'm trying to remember what the friggin' Rhode Island 30 dot. Oh God, Rhode Island DMV 30 dash. I don't know if that's it. DMV regulations. Division of Motor Vehicles. I'll find it for next show, dude, because I don't want to sit here and look for the next 5 minutes just to find it. But if you see the actual definition per the Rhode Island Department of Motor Vehicles website, it's like nobody drives it. And I don't even think it mentioned, as that one did, where it talked about tractor trailers and stuff like that. It literally talks about self-propelled vehicles on overhead wires and even an electric wheelchair. It would be considered a motor vehicle. But again,
What?
all this stuff, dude, is just, it's all for money, right? It's all for revenue. You know, the DMV used to be, like in California, the Department of Motor Vehicles, they used to be to basically take care of the state's workers' vehicles, and it was basically like their mechanic shop, essentially. I believe out in California was the first one that did that had that area kind of set up like that, where the Department of Motor Vehicles originally was set to, take care of all of the state vehicles, state and city vehicles. So, yeah,
Interesting.
Now, Matrix, as I do at every show, did you have more stuff that you wanted to go through, or was that the stuff you got through in the beginning? So I always want to make sure we give you time extra to do that if you do.
I'll be honest with you. The main things that I had pop off this week, I kind of got to show at the round table, and then of course the round table day we were at, I was gone that night. I was also gone last night, and Friday night we didn't get a whole lot. So I'll be honest, it's going to sound wrong the way I say this, but I kind of blew my load over there on Thursday night as far as the main things I had hit for this week. So let me look real quick. I hit in the beginning of the show. I showed stuff I didn't show. Is there anything else I need to show?
Well, take your time. I'm going to pull up a funny here. Oh wait, did I stop sharing?
Okay, cool. Yo, you're good.
I don't think I did. I thought I hit the pause sharing button here. Listen to this, dude. And it was so funny, dude. I'm sitting there in Hulk's yesterday. I should try to find that video that he got, because you'll laugh your ass off when you see it. It's like all the excuses. He's like, we didn't go to the moon. And so it's like one of us being like pointing out the flaws, and then somebody else being like, yeah, but bro, we recorded it. And it's like, I don't think you did.
They also recorded planes going into the buildings for 9/11, and you thought you saw that too. So,
yeah. I don't know. Let me see. So yeah, I sent that picture of the screenshot and says maybe it looks like different people, but you're talking 15 years difference in that the video with the guy with the curly Q on his hair.
Yeah.
All right, so let's play this really quickly, and then I'm going to pull that up, see if I can find that.
Necessarily just Earth. It was all the blackness around it. Earth was just this lifeboat hanging undisturbingly in the universe. Uh-oh.
Hold on.
She forgot her line.
She forgot her line. Can you hear that? I don't know if it can. Can you catch what I was kind of scoffing at? Could you hear her with her shakiness, like how shaky she was talking?
Being nervous, you mean?
Like super nervous. Like I don't know if the mic will pick this up. Hold on, actually, let me do this, and it 100% will. It might not change for Matrix, but
you're cranking it up.
Well, I'm just changing it to the thing where the thing I use usually takes out other background noises, so if I do anything subtle, it won't pick anything up. But she's like, yeah, we had the moon. Like you can almost hear her like mini hyperventilating as she's talking. Listen to this.
Okay.
It was all the blackness around it. Earth was just this lifeboat hanging undisturbingly in the universe.
One more time.
Undisturbingly,
especially right there
in the boat, hanging undisturbingly in the universe. Uh-oh. So.
Got her line.
I may have not learned, I know I haven't learned everything that this journey has yet to teach me. But there's one new thing I know, and that is Planet Earth, you are a crew. Yeah. Thank you.
I don't know if it was the way it was being recorded, but could you hear that, dude? I don't know. Can the people in the chat hear that?
I know. I heard it loud and clear. If you don't have headphones on, you might not have heard it, or if you didn't have it loud, you might not have heard it. But I heard it clear as day, and it definitely, to me, sounded like the combination of being nervous, literally, and having your energy way up too high, because I know that's exactly what I sound like whenever I get either too hyped up or I'm nervous to say what I'm about to say or whatever it may be. Because yeah,
You can't catch your breath.
yeah, it's one of those weird things. So it's like, here's the thing though, is why was she so nervous? Well, the way I got off that is she literally forgot her script. And I don't mean her prescription. I mean, she forgot what her lines were, which is why she was nervous about her lines because she had to read her lines. She's nervous. She's in front of people. She knows this is going to go all over the internets. And she forgot her freaking line. So she was nervous to have to do what she did, just like the astronauts when they came back from the moon, what the looks on their faces and whatnot. Kind of reminds me of that, just a little different. This time she's on the stage. Oh, I'm an astronaut. And then you forget your lines. So that's what I got off all that. Again, it goes right back to what I believe anyway, which is this is all fake. We're looking at actors. And who's the lady that was talking? Miss Christina Koch, that, of course, President Trump himself called cock. And, of course, that goes into other things. But, of course, this is the lady that's messing up. So there's my thoughts on it.
That's hilarious. Let me see if I can find this, because you would laugh your ass off if you saw this. I'm going through his notes.
Oh, there you go. Aquanauts. That's a better statement. Instead of saying astronauts, call them aquanauts because they're underwater. It says MJ Terp 17. I like that.
Actronauts?
Actronauts or aquanauts, because again, they're underwater. They're like divers. Because again, if you know about this ISS, the dunk tank that they use for all the videos for it, it's underwater. So they're aquanauts.
Oh, man. Find this thing, but I don't know how he puts his notes in there, exactly how he does, but it was just funny. It was like, yeah, but we recorded it, and I'm like, yeah, but did you really?
Right.
I'm just not buying the let me see. And dude, and I've said this, I think I said it on the round table while you were there as well, but a couple of my buddies, one of them said, I'm not naming anybody, but said to me, he goes, dude, you got me seriously looking into this stuff. And then he said / Dome Earth, and I'm like, sorry? Sorry, not sorry. I mean, I don't want to tell anybody what to believe, but I just want to point out, again, does the fact that they faked going around the moon, which I totally believe they faked that whole thing, right? Does the fact that they went around the moon prove that the Earth is flat? No. Has anybody ever heard me in 8-9 years, whatever it's been here, ever say the words, yes, I am a flat earther? No, you've never heard that, because I've never said that, because I can't prove that. But all I can do is prove the many lies that NASA has shown us over the many, many decades. And again, the whole idea that, we couldn't go back to the moon matrix because, we lost the telemetry data. Oh, really? That's cool. How'd you get there the first time, jerk-offs? Like, that's what I want to know.
This is the thing is, I've called myself for years a flat earther. And over the last few years, I've learned that calling it being a flat earther or saying it's just flat doesn't go anywhere with people. I've learned that the best way to approach it is just say it like this. It's not what NASA tells us. That's where I can kind of leave it. You start from there and work your way forward. So,
yeah, take a listen to this
the
one.
thing.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
Go ahead. If you got more to say, go ahead, buddy. I don't want to cut
No,
you off.
that was it. I was going to say NASA's lying, and that's the point. They're lying to us about where we live and everything that goes on. So you start with that and you go forward, and eventually you find yourself saying, "Man, they lied about everything." Boom.
Right. Well, you guys think they wouldn't lie about that. They wouldn't lie about the nature of our reality. They wouldn't lock us down for a year and tell us that there was some nasty virus out there that was essentially the seasonal flu. They wouldn't do that. Like, at what point do you stop saying they wouldn't do that and come to terms with the fact that they don't care about us and they'll do whatever they want? I'm going to let this play. It's 2 minutes, and it'll also give me a chance to run up to the men's room really quick. Did you see this the other day? I think Hulk was covering it on Table of Titans. I think it was that show, but hey, remember, we got the heartbeat sensors. We can find anybody on Earth, except for when they're missing NASA scientists.
Yep.
More screwery, dude. I love this stuff so much. It's just, I don't know. More questions than answers.
So anybody that didn't pay attention to what you saw on the screen, this is exactly what me and Omazon were talking about this week, which is the airplanes that what do they call that thing that get landed in the ocean? I want to say the right word. Whatever the not the lunar lander, but whatever that thing is, the capsule that dropped into the ocean.
Yeah.
You have airplanes that go up with that capsule, then they drop it out of an airplane from what is say 20,000 feet, and it drops to the ocean with the people in it, parachuting down. And by the way, the parachutes for this time around just so happen. I noticed this on X. I can't take credit for this one. It just so happens those parachutes look exactly like the popcorn holders, the red and white stripes. Are you flipping kidding me?
Where is it? All right, this is get this one. Yeah, so I mean it's they do look like the popcorn containers at the end there, but you know, missing scientists, all this stuff doesn't seem to add up once you put a critical eye to it, right? It doesn't seem to add up. NASA. And yeah, that's what are they doing right there? Oh, they're taking pictures. Wait. What how do they take pictures out in space, Matrix? Isn't it the Hubble Space Telescope? Yeah.
That and apparently those 50,000 satellites that are flying around up there.
Yeah, I got a little problem with that one too, buddy. And I'm
too.
I know you do. I know you do. And this is why I don't know that I'll be able to find it right now, but I'll see. Ready? Right here. Live stream moon. All right. I have done this, and you're gonna have to take my word for it, okay? I have sat in a room for hours and hours watching somebody with a telescope zoomed up to the moon, okay? And I don't see anybody that's showing me any footage here that I'm looking for, but people would do live streams and they would have their telescope set up to the point where you'd see the moon like this big, right? Like as big as that for hours. And I would not see a glitch, a streak, anything. But no, how many thousands of satellites did they say are out there? Roughly, how many? 30, 40? Yeah. How many satellites are in orbit around Earth?
10,000 maybe? 30,000?
I'm thinking in the 30, 40,000 range is my guess. Oh, okay. I'm wrong. You were more close in your first guess. All right, so it's telling us that there are approximately 15,000 artificial satellites, both active and inactive, orbiting Earth, with the number rapidly increasing due to large constellations of these. Roughly 10,000 are currently active, with significantly majority located in low Earth orbit. SpaceX's Starlink, blah, 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 blah. So they're saying is 15,000 satellites going around Earth, and any of them are from the size of, a shoebox to, a Winnebago, or maybe not a Winnebago, but maybe a pickup truck or something like that, right? But yet, we don't see anything. You know what they tell you in the chat? Well, it's because we're so zoomed in on the moon that you don't. And I'm like, so you're not going to see anything. Like, you wouldn't see you wouldn't see one of the 15,000 things flying by. Like, you wouldn't see a streak of anything. You wouldn't see a discoloration anywhere. But no, what I see is what you're seeing right there. Never changed, never moving, ever. I got another really weird one for you. Let me block my side of the screen for a second to find this. Have you ever seen the lunar wave that Crow 777 found? Isn't that crazy? What do you make of that, dude?
Well, put it like this: Crow 777, Amazon pays for the site, so we actually show Crow 777 stuff that you can only pay for. So I know a lot about Crow stuff. So his wave is unreal, and if you follow his other stuff as well, he's also located the second sun as well. That's hiding up there. So yeah, Crow is awesome, and he has the lunar wave. Yes, know plenty about it.
I would love to link up with him. You know where he's out of, dude? I do.
Is it Massachusetts? No, where is he at? Because wherever he is, whenever he does the stuff, he always talks about how bad the weather and whatnot is above him, and whether it's clear or not. So wherever it is, I can't remember exactly, but yeah.
He's from this beautiful state of Rhode Island.
Yeah, there he is. I knew he was up east.
Yeah, he's in my neck of he's somewhere in my 45 square miles or whatever it is. Let me see. And yeah, this right here, for anybody who's not ever seen this, I don't know what to like. Do you have any thoughts on what you think that lunar wave is?
Okay, well then you're gonna get your tinfoil hats on.
Let me see.
So it depends what.
How good can we see this?
There it is, coming down from
I'll mute it. Go ahead, buddy. Sorry.
So it depends what you think the moon is, really, too. It depends what you think where we live is. This lunar wave that goes across, it's almost like it's a rendering in a video. It's really weird. So I don't think the moon is what we think it is. I don't think it's just a regular rock in the sky. It has something to do with maybe a plasma or something along those lines, because the moon itself, whenever it has the crescent, for some strange reason, it's just supposed to be dark, but we can see stars through it. So it's see-through sometimes.
Yeah,
so
that's weird, huh?
I don't really, yeah. So when you see this wave go across, if you know about like the video games and whatnot, you see rendering, and like when you're in a world, like you'll be walking and buildings will suddenly show up in front of you and they render, and which means that it's like they have to like load. It's almost like a loading thing going across the moon. And of course, I think, depending on where you sit with it, where we live and whatnot, whether we're in a simulation or not, if we're in a computer system or a matrix, it's like, why else would the moon have this weird wave go across it? I don't know. I can't explain it, but it's crazy.
Yeah, it's a faint thing. So on this one, guys, it's going from bottom to top. And I'll try to pause and I'll put the cursor on it like right as it's here, and I'll try to follow it up with the cursor so you guys can see as we go. Right here. Yep. See if we can see it again. Here it comes from the bottom. See that wave going across the whole thing? So he's been recording the moon for quite some time, and he come to find out that, oh, there's a much better view of it. Actually, let's take a look at that one there. You can see as it discolors here at the bottom, coming up from the bottom right now.
Yep, there it is.
And then you see the rest of it come right there, just under it.
Yep.
So yeah, is it like rendering some sort of reality for us to be? Is it just is it some sort of what's the word I'm looking for? When you put an image up on up on a wall.
Projection.
Yes. Is it a projection that we're seeing?
Well, okay, that's another thing. There is those theories out there that say that the moon and the sun are both projections coming from the center of our realm, shooting outward and running and going around, which is a really wild, long theory to get into. But yeah, that's a theory, is that they are projections and that they're not actually in front of us the way we think they are. So I know that sounds crazy to some people that may have never heard that, but why else would the moon render and also become slightly see-through whenever it's apparently just dark? I don't have that answer. I'm just throwing it out there. It's really weird, and I don't get it.
Yeah, no, and how we can see stars through the moon, and you know what people say is that
bending of light, man.
Yeah. So they're telling you that no, you know what it is? It's the stars are actually bending around the moon, but the interesting part is they're not on, say, the edge around it. They're actually exactly where they're supposed to be behind it. So you're actually seeing them where they are, not that they're coming around the edge of something. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like this guy's filmed a lot of things, and so, right? Well, I think we can all agree, wink, wink, that the moon is a solid object. It's supposed to be a solid object, right? And so the only reason we're not seeing this part of it is because it's not being illuminated by the sun, wink, wink, right? And so the rest of this area is solid. Let me see. Geez, I mean, he filmed in 360p. That doesn't help much. Right. But that's his cursor on the mouse here, and he's kind of pointing out different things that he's going to show you, the different stars that are through it. And so those are the stars as they are directly behind the moon, and all these different little lines that you're seeing in here are through the moon. And so we shouldn't be able to see that, right? And the idea that, oh, it's curving around, how are you curving around? It's directly in the middle. So you're telling me that this star curved all the way around the moon and then presented itself exactly where it's supposed to be in the universe behind it, in that same exact spot.
Yeah,
makes no
that's my
sense.
problem with it. No, and somebody said it in chat, at least they said think mirror. If you guys know about that the moon is a mirror image of the realm we live in. and that our lands are part of the moon. And if you follow the moon map, it shows the other lands in our realm that go past our realm or past our ice wall and whatnot. So if anybody in the chat brought that up too, that's another interesting thing that I know all about too, is the moon being a map of our realm. So that's
Hidden
another
continents.
very interesting thing.
Yeah, dude. I mean, some people have gone really in depth with some of this stuff. I don't know how this guy's done it. Let's see. Okay, not that one, but this one maybe.
Yeah,
So
moon map. There you go.
So basically, what Matrix is saying is, like, as we're looking up at the moon here, you can actually, see. And can we zoom into the flags on the moon, Matrix? How come we can't? We can't zoom into the flags on the moon. Oh, they're too small. We can't see the lunar ejector or whatever you want to call it, or the flag, because. No, I'm sorry. I don't believe that, because we should have been. We can zoom into like a grain of friggin' sand in the moon right now. And if there was anything up there that they planted, we would see it. I'm sorry, but we just don't see it. But yeah, what Matrix is talking about is, as we're seeing, let's see if any of this kind of shows you a good reflection of it or whatever. But basically, as you're looking at the moon, you're seeing the reflection of the Earth's continents back in the moon. And so some people have actually matched some of these things up like pretty good.
Oh, he's going away from it there. He's showing flight paths now.
Yeah, he's showing flight paths. Flight paths. There we go. There it is. On the old flat Earth, and then that's the old. Is that the old military one? But again,
one of them.
So yeah, there's
old map. That's an old map. That's a 1500s or so map right there.
Yep, there's North America, there's South America, and I don't know what all these things are around here.
That's your ice wall lands without any ice on them, everybody.
So, shows an ocean that nobody had known about. I mean, I just think it's wild that we have all of these old maps that show different areas, and like you said, they actually show areas beyond these poles. And people have dug into this stuff for years, so there's clearly more to what they're telling us. And I don't buy the whole idea that, like, why would the whole flat Earth thing be a psyop? Like, to what? I don't get it. Like, if you had nobody talking about this stuff, right? And the idea is that the CIA or whoever, the powers that be, wanted to get this out to fool people, and it's like, I buy that more than I buy that they are going to the International Space Station. Like, show me the International Space Station being built, launched, put together in space. Anything. Show me that, please. I can't find it.
Yep. Actually, here I got a couple visuals for you. That'll put a little bit of this together for everybody. I got my flat Earth folder.
My flat Earth folder.
Oh yeah, my flat Earth folder. So let's bring a couple of these over. So here's, just so you guys are aware too, this is a map inside. It's either the UN or NATO. I think it's the UN inside of their main office. This is one of the things they have. And of course, that's a very easy, simple way of showing you guys there's an ice wall, there's an openings, and there's more lands outside of the ice wall. And again, that's why would the UN have this map? I mean, come on, man. Let's see.
Well, the UN map looks like a flat Earth map with the ice walls around. It's just like that, yeah.
Exactly. Oh, nope. Stop opening things. Here we go. All right, let's see. Where's the one I just found? There's.
Who was the guy? Was it Captain Cook, dude? Was it Captain Cook that did he traversed Antarctica, they said, but it took him 60,000 nautical miles, and he basically kept the shore to his right or left side and went around, and he said that trip took him 60,000 nautical miles. That's not around Antarctica, I'm sorry.
Yes, exactly. So here, let me grab the other map I have real fast. I also want to show this one too. There we go. So going back in time, of course, one doesn't match. I showed this on my show. You have the Greek version, Navajo, Babylonian, Mesa, Chaldean, Mundo, Indian, Viking, Persian, Japanese. If you guys notice, there's something that's all the same here. Mayan, Slavic, Incan, Hebrew, Polynesian, Enochian, Celtic, Chinese, African, Sumerian, German, Chani or Chani, whatever, Egyptian, Roman, Islamic, Masonic even, and Chumash, and Australian, and modern Zetic are all the same, except one, NASA.
And that one
For
we
some
keep getting from NASA keeps changing as well. The sizes of the continents on each image are bigger or smaller.
Oh, you mean like the blue balls?
Wait, what happened? How's that possible? Wait, I love those bottom two right ones right there. Look how small North America is there versus there. And so, again, when I say it is Photoshop, but it has to be. I am literally quoting a NASA illustrator who says, and dude, my favorite part of this is every image that you're looking at right here was admittedly was Photoshopped by NASA. And do you know they say that they take like algae readings for a certain area, and that's why they use color for this, and they are literally coloring these images and saying, oh, there's more algae here, so it's going to be a little more blue and a little more green. So they're not even taking a snap. Like, I don't care how crappy the image is, just show it to me. Like, snap, boom, that's it. Whatever it is, it is. You don't need to dress it up and doll it up with all this crap, unless, again, you're trying to hide or push some sort of narrative.
Like this? I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond, but NASA destroyed all that technology. It is Photoshopped, but it has to be. We must solve these challenges before we send humans through this region of space. Sometimes during spacewalks, flecks of paint come off the ISS and look like bubbles. Come on, man.
Bubbles. What about that third one? If I'm not mistaken, the one that has the guy circling the thing, isn't that when George Herbert Walker Bush was being pushed through with a wheelchair and you could actually see the grid marks of the blue and white screen behind him, the AI or the CGI screen?
I do believe you are correct. I'm actually looking through. I don't think I have any visuals of that. I don't have any visuals in this folder of that, but I do somewhere else. There's what Space Shot's referring to is there's a one time where George Herbert Walker Bush was in a wheelchair not long before his death, and he was going through the NASA place, and you could see everything inside NASA, including like their green screen area, and I can't remember all the little details, but like all the different places inside there where you could tell it was actually like more of a movie studio than anything else. So,
oh, I got you. Hey, buddy, look in the. I'm gonna put it in the Zoom chat right here for you. It's a short. YouTube video. It's like a minute video, but there it is. It's in the Zoom chat itself.
I actually got this to see it. There we go.
You'll love it.
There we are. All right, sweet. All right, I'll pop this over on the screen too as I grab that. So here's for everybody else too. Here's your moon. So everybody knows what we were talking about earlier. With your moon, it can't zoom right, but the one portion of the moon, it very specifically points to the lands that we live on. And then the other part of the moon shows where the other lands are. And there's a clock that actually shows the right path of our sun and moon and all that stuff that's over, I can't remember where it's at, somewhere overseas. But this right here is another picture as well that goes with the moon. It shows the exact land layout and whatnot. So
that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's
so
weird.
Get this pulled up.
Does look like a reflection for sure.
It really does. It really does. And there's other people that have better videos and visuals. This is just whatever's in my folder I have sitting here. So oh,
yeah,
yep, you got it. That's it.
I saw somebody that did like a representation where they actually like unfolded the map and like overlaid it over onto the thing. It was like spot on too. But yeah, see that in the background? What is that? What's all that blue and white net in the background? What do they usually use that for, Matrix?
Yep, that's your little green screeny thingy they use for everything. Here, let me get my stuff pulled out my way over here. So I'm gonna get a screenshot of this so I have this too. God, I had like 10 pictures open that fast. Wow, boom, there we go. All right, let me get this real fast. That way I have my Herbert Walker Bush one. Boom. All right, let's play this for everybody. This footage was released by NASA. Is there? Oh, you know what? Maybe here.
It was literally it. It was.
Oh no, it's not. There's no sound to it. Okay.
It might not be. I'm not sure. But yeah, I mean they wheeled him right by that thing right in the very beginning, and it was hilarious because possibly on purpose caught something we were not supposed to see. The blue and white nets behind him, and the green is the newer version of a green screen. right there. So what he's showing right there in that background, right there.
I got a picture. I'll show everybody this. There you go. Boom. This right here. And you see the astronaut guy in front of it too.
Yeah,
doing
and you can actually see what he's doing, right? And so I think we actually have seen people had shown that specific thing separately on the screen to show. Look at astronaut Tim Peake being filmed in front of a chroma key screen. Like, oh, look at it. He's making everything move around him. He's like, yeah, he's not in space. Sorry.
Yep.
And people wonder at Matrix, like, how can they get away with this stuff? And I saw somebody put a post up on Twitter this morning where, you know how like they had the lander in the water and then they brought over like the dock and then they had the ropes, right? Where you had people that worked that were like on the boat essentially pulling the ropes in. And somebody on Twitter posted that video and they said, 20 years from now, you're going to have some jerk off saying, I know it was real because my grandfather was one of the people pulling the ropes. And it's like, that's what they do. It's all compartmentalized. I think everybody at NASA headquarters, or, you know, a majority of them think that they're actually doing what they're being told. I think the astronauts up to a certain point believe that they're going to be doing something until the last minute, like we saw with Apollo 11. They were coming out there like rock stars, and then when they came back after the trip, they looked like deer in the headlights, like they got away with something, all fidgety and nervous. And so, you know, I don't think we're not using examples here that are just like, you know, kind of blasé. I think we're hitting on some pretty decent points.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Flights from Buenos Aires to Australia. You have to cross the equator twice. There's a reason they don't go from across the ocean. They actually go a straight line across the actual land masses. So anybody that does flights from around the world, notice your flight path. And if you put it on the map that's correct, which would be the flat Earth map, you would actually find out that your flight paths actually make a whole lot of sense. But the map they give you, they don't. So just a little something to throw in there as I scroll through all my flat Earth crap I have over here. So I got a whole folder full of stuff. So.
Well, there's another video called Emergency Landings Prove Flat Earth, right? And so for just one example, a lady was leaving, why she was leaving, you know, Japan, pregnant, heavily pregnant. And apparently she went into labor during the flight, and so they needed to do a emergency landing. And so I think they were going to Alaska or something like that, and they ended up stopping off in LA. And well, when you look at that on like a regular map, it's like, it doesn't make sense because it's out of the way, right? And then, but if you look on the flat Earth map, like Matrix is talking about, it's dead center, right in line, right where they stopped was like right in line with where they were going. So again, it's just a bunch of malarkey as far as I see, brother. So, but bro, oh, good.
I was just gonna say, you've heard the flight or wow, brain fart. The pilots themselves get asked about it. Or is it flat or is it round? And all the ones you should know, like, no, it's flat, 100% flat. So it's like if you get the pilot to talk to you and actually say that to you, you can get that from the pilots themselves. They don't have to adjust for that at 8 inches per mile squared that the Earth apparently is curved. So
true. All right, I got a couple more, and then I think I'm gonna go do some stuff with the boy. Been doing a lot of mountain biking these last couple of days. My legs are on fire, dude, especially after I'm not using them a lot. But real time, this is the Gulf of America. So wait, why do we got all this going on here, dude? Why do we got all these tankers and super tankers coming into the Gulf of America now if the Strait of Hormuz is shut down and the course of oil in the world is all gone ski? It's all done, dude. This is this morning.
We got the good oil, bro. Come and get it.
Right? And so again, what's really going on? You know, we can't say for exact 100% certain, but I'm following this guy here. I got my trust in this guy, and he has not done a damn thing, in my opinion, to deserve the turncoatery I've seen from a lot of these people out there that literally would not have the following that they have to trash Trump right now if it was not for Trump. You know what I mean? Like, so that's why it really pisses me off particularly more, because they gain their following on this guy, and now they'll be like, well, he changed and now he's doing all this stuff. And it's like, wait, how can a couple of old ladies there and 2CTV. How are all these people that are not seeing from the same data set that we're seeing are coming to the same conclusion that we're coming to, but yet they're not looking at the same, sources that we are, or the same areas? So I just don't get it. I think it's low IQ, just easy, low-hanging fruit type of stuff to be like Jews, right? But also, I do think that those conversations are absolutely necessary to complete our mission here, because at the end of the day, do we want every congressman and senator having a, quote, APAC guy? I certainly don't. I don't want our congressmen and senators to have any influential person that's, pointing them in any direction whatsoever. And my feeling is that a lot of them can go, dude, and we need to rebuild this country from its founding, and maybe put in some new stringent rules for, I don't know, length of time that somebody can be a senator and a congressman, cap that at 1 term, Yeah. I just don't like how these people make a career out of it, and they make themselves multimillionaires out of this stuff, and that was never the intent for this stuff,
Yep, 100%. I feel you on that. We need to root out all these people that are screwing things up in our government, honestly. And I think that's what we're seeing. I think that's what we're just the slow burn of all these people, because Swalwell. We saw all this stuff about him coming out. We see all the stuff we've seen about AOC, and run down the gamut of all the people that we know that we do not like, but slowly but surely the stuff's coming out about him. Like what's her nuts that was up there in Minnesota, the one of the squad members. Like, of course, everything's coming out. It's just going to take time. It's not going to be on anybody else's watch. Everybody's like, oh, we need to hurry up and do this, this, and this. Well, it's not going to happen as fast as you want it to. But as time goes on, we're seeing one by one, they're getting taken down. And like Swalwell, he's kind of up to bat right now. So I don't know. As time goes, we'll see it happen. It's just we got to be patient. I preach that all the time. Be patient, grab your popcorn, and enjoy the show, because we're living in a great moment. It's just not going to go as quick as you want it to.
Yes, sir. I got 2 more things. I'm preparing one. I just didn't prepare to set it up before, but I am now. I'm going to set up a screenshot here to share with you guys, and show you guys who it comes from, because they didn't put it on. You ever watch these guys here, Entheos? I would highly recommend that you follow these guys and watch what they talk about. Okay.
They predict the future in a sense.
It's pretty wild. It's pretty wild what they've connected a lot of things. They call Elon Oak Tree. They talked about Oak Tree coming in, and they basically said this stuff ahead of time. So let me set this up here, and this one here, and I'm gonna read this because I think it's especially pertinent, especially for what we're dealing with, like right now in the last couple of months, right, or the last month or so. July 21st of 2024. Gear up mentally for the ping pong match ahead. Swinging back and forth. Negative developments, positive breakthroughs. Negative developments, positive breakthroughs. Expect a stretch where discouraging updates hit consecutively. The typical and usual voices will chime in, declaring it's the end. Oh, Trump's in Bibi's pocket. He's doing whatever Israel wants. Remember our mantra. Emotions don't dictate our path. Stay steadfast. Things won't spiral out of control. Keep steady. We all have the momentum on our side. We have the wind at our backs. We have a cause that is just. You are a part of history. And he says, if everything seems under control, you're not doing it fast enough. Mario Andretti, he's reposting President Donald J. Trump. Now, I will also cap that off with a post I believe they put up on Telegram yesterday. Last night, I think it was. All right, and I shared this out with a couple of my friends as well, which all of you guys are my friends and fam here, so I'll share it with you. So this is, as you see, Entheos, 33,000 subscribers on Telegram. The world's most powerful reset, President DJT, April 10th, 2026, 9:31. And they write, Entheos writes, right on schedule, all remaining that has not yet to come all remaining that has not yet come to pass shall come to pass. Believe. All right. And so these guys have been spot on. They've been nailing it at every stretch. Now, I even had a point where it was during some speech, and I'm like, people are going to start falling off here, and, they need to understand, President Trump needs to understand. And they responded. They were like, Trump gets it. It's fatalism. They basically talked about, like, hey, just settle down, essentially. They even sent me a DM and said, watch Donald Trump. Watch him. Watch his demeanor. Does he seem like he's freaked out and also, all pissed off, like everybody wants you to believe behind the scenes everything's blowing up and he's fighting with this intern and that, and they're all butting heads and they're just, oh, let's try this with Iran. Oh, that didn't work. Oh my God, he's freaking out. Does he ever look like a guy that's freaking out in any of these press conferences to you?
Nope.
He looks like he's joking with people, having a hell of a time. So when I start looking at him and I start seeing him appear to be stressed, then I'll start to be concerned. And until that happens, I am not going to be at all, period. And nor have I been. But so many people are taking, they're not taking this right here. Emotions don't dictate our path. People are getting too emotional and getting angry, and that is clouding your judgment. So I would just
took the words out of my mouth. Yep. Emotions cloud judgment. And what gets me is the word voices will chime in, right? Think about what Scavino just posted the other day about influencers. That reminds me of the voices that they're talking about. This really sounds like Entheos and Scavino are talking about the same thing, the so-called voices and the so-called influencers.
Yeah. Did you see this one last night? This was a great fight, too. This guy fought a freaking beast. But so Trump says to him, he goes, "Yeah, you're too good looking to be a fighter." I think I texted you this one. He's like, "Thanks for you doing. I need to tell you this."
Yeah, this is where I have turned it on, is when this was going on, when you texted me that. I just got home.
See if we can hear this. I mean, dude, he kicked this other guy who was 15-0, Mirzakhanov, who's a beast. He ended up kicking him in the head, and it was weird. It was like a delay. He took like a step, he hobbled, and then he just fell down. But then he came running out here. So I don't know how much of it we're going to hear, but let's see if we can hear it. So I know he says basically, "I'm an immigrant," whatever, but he says, "Thank you for doing what you're doing. I needed to tell you this." Trump says, "You're too good looking to be a fighter, and you are some fighter."
Nice.
So yeah, he's a secret juice. They say this dude was a bodybuilder before, so he's completely jacked all the time, and he sells this stuff called secret juice or something like that. I don't know what it is, but look at it. I mean, the dude's like sculpted from God himself.
The big boy, yeah.
And that was his first fight at light heavyweight, 205 pounds. He used to get down another 20 pounds lighter, dude.
Yeah.
There we go, buddy. All right. Well, let's wrap up this show here. There's some Eagles, and again, dude, right? The whole Israel thing. I need to keep this post pinned because of this, I think. But people are starting to.
I know where you're going. I know exactly what you're going to show.
Here's my profile.
There
testing.
It is.
Right, and I did this testing for a very specific reason, to show you that this image could be uploaded to Truth Social in its entirety. You did not need to clip it or cut it, just like he did right down the line there, to make it appear to look like 9/11, 2000 or whatever, while he's saying, "Oh, these wind tunnels are killing the American bald eagles in the United States." It's like, that's Israel. That's a falcon, Israeli falcon or something like that. So yes, that, in my opinion, is a message.
Here, I'll give you one other message, too,
sure.
That I think this was end of December, early January, when this was put out by Trump. That number 13 you see on that building, or that whatever that's called, 13. 1/3 was the date Maduro was taken down, too. Was he also trying to secretly tell us about that?
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, they could have took any picture here, but interesting that they took that one.
Think about it, 13. We know 13 is a number that they like a lot. 13, also 1/3 being the date for Maduro. And for Maduro, it was his 9/11 moment where the bird went down. I think that kind of makes sense to me, at least.
Yep. I mean, we will never forget, in my opinion, 9/11. We'll see. We'll see how it all plays out here. But I got to do my farewells, my long lost farewells matrix over on, let's see, we got We got rated by Grasshopper. Thank you there, 17 Grasshopper, for rating the stream. Thank you, OH58 Captain, for that rant I read earlier about Charlie Kirk there. Thank you, Infowars Man, for the gifted subscription earlier, and then Durango Nibiru X. See, I can read those perfectly. I had gifted out 5 subscriptions to the channel today, so thank you for that one, very much, sir. But yeah, it's my last show here, bro, on D Live. And I don't know. They didn't tell us what was gonna be going on. I see Debbie still dropping lemons like crazy over here, so I'll give her some time to do that. But I went to the bathroom and Crow got banned. What happened?
What?
Oh.
What?
Oh, somebody got muted in my chat. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Actually, Durango Nibiru X actually gifted out 5 subscriptions on my side too. Actually, thank you very much, Durango Nibiru X. Boom,
dude,
boom.
I was watching so many of those Nibiru videos in like 2008, 2009, 10, 11. Like, dude, I was watching so many weird things back then and not understanding why I was, consuming all of this social media stuff. But I think I got an idea now as to why. So
yeah, you're just like me. I did the same thing. All the Nibiru stuff, all that stuff. Again, from 9/11 was my start point. So yeah, I did all the Nibiru stuff and all that as well. I went through the same thing, all before Q too. They got you asking questions and start wondering some stuff and start digging in those rabbit holes that we learned about.
So many. So, thank you to Debbie Roush and then Crowdeck and Susie Q over there for being the top 3 contributors of this stream. I see this, and I don't even know. Looks like Crowdeck dropped a bird in the chat, and I do all these different platforms. Like they got roses and little stars and lollipops, and then YouTube even has all these things that they give now. I don't even know what they are, but thank you there, Crowdeck. And then the scratchins or the luckiest followers thing is Susie Q, Patriot Chick, Debbie Roush, and Tumbleweed. We're the luckiest followers to receive the diamonds that came in the chat there today. And then, not to be outdone, Durfman MTL just dropped another 5 subscriptions to the channel, which helps greatly. So I do appreciate you guys. And maybe I should unpin that comment. I had that comment pinned for like a year now. I guess I had. I guess I had it. I had it pinned on there for a while. So yeah, I guess we got his point across. But those are all my thank yous I have for now, Mr. Matrix. You got some folks to thank over there on well, actually I need to go to Pilled as well. I forgot to go to Pilled.
Oh, go ahead and do your Pilled first. I'm getting ready to set up my raid. Go ahead and do your Pilled, and then I'll do my Pilled. All I left is Pilled, so
okie dokie, hokey pokey. And then Too Manyism. Thank you for the cookie. Says enjoyed every show this week, Space Shot. Great work, amigo. I appreciate it. We're going to try to keep pushing it out. And I think, guys, we're going to be doing a Tuesday night show with Ghost. So that's going to be replacing the Friday show. I've been trying to tell Awakened Outlaw, like, hey, let's do a Friday show. And we might be doing that. So I might end up doing 6 shows a week soon. So if I'm here, I might as well do some shows. Yeah, I think that'd be a good one for us as well. I think we get along as good. We get along good as well too. So complement each other. So yeah, that would be good. But we got to get him off his butt there. But thank you for that. And then Bois Blanc, thank you for the cookie. Punk Q Rocker 4Q, thank you for the 217 gold pills. Always ends with 17, as we appreciate. Willow Patriot with the shades says thank you. No, thank you. No thanks, Joe. With the cookie says, Fun Day Sunday with the Space Tricks team. Thank you both for providing entertainment on Sundays without the mind-numbing NFL distracting us. God bless and be safe for both of you. Yeah, that's hilarious. And man, I was off of football for so long, and then we got Drake May, and we went to the Super Bowl. And do I get to stay on the bandwagon next year to be a football follower? I just enjoyed doing a little bit of betting, not much, like $25 to win 80 or 100 or something like that. And I was doing pretty damn good, dude. So,
I don't do the betting anymore. I'm a huge sports guy, but I've fallen off the train for most of it, but I still watch baseball, hockey, and I still watch my football. So even when we're doing Sunday shows, as soon as we're done with our Sunday show, I will be watching football. I'll probably even have football on while we're live for when the football season starts. Because, I am a sports guy, but it's bread and circuses, and I know that. So it's different now. Now I don't get into it as much. Like, I'm not, oh, no, my team lost. Like, I don't really care anymore, so.
Dude, I remember my cousin Jack. we were watching one of the Super Bowls that the Patriots end up losing, and he was one of these, a short dude. He's like 5'8", but he was jacked, and his name was Jack, but he was just always at the gym. And I remember we're sitting there watching it, and he stands up and then 2 hands down on the table, Jesus, boom, and just shattered the table. Like the table just went, and I'm like, oh, I just lost $1,000. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a little much to put on a game, dude. Like. That's a little much there, but yeah, got to be careful with those. Which one did I end with? Willow Patriot, though, thank you there. And then No Thanks Joe, I got that one. And then Off the Leash with the shades, dropped the shades and says, still in the game. I'm going to be here till the last sucker is done, or we're storming the White House with muskets ourselves. But I think the former will be the case. No fake contract with the cookie says, mwahaha, gold pills for everyone. Thank you for that no fake contract. And then, Lizzie B. Lizzie B dropped cookie. So 3 cookies in a row. I'm not skipping. I'm not flooded. I'm not a chipped record player. 3 cookies in a row. Lizzie B. Thank you for that, Lizzie. And then the last one, but not least, One Thunder with the can ending at 1917. I always enjoy that they end in 17. So I'm releasing those scratch offs, and they're coming at you. And Mr. Matrix, I'm sure, has a few folks to thank as well.
Yes, sir. Got one coming in late on the Rumble side as well. Whippenspur 123. Thank you for gifting out 5 subscriptions over there on the Rumble side. And of course, welcome and good to see you. Over to the Pilled side. Too manyism. Welcome in and good to see you. Thank you for the 2 cookies back to back. The first one says, great work this week, Matrix. Thank you very much, good sir. And then also the second one says, where we go one, Matrix goes full autist. Bingo, bango, boom. I love it. Yeah, that's my new thing now. That I say, where we go one, I go full autistic.
Love it.
Wakeville, thank you for that cookie. Says cheers and howdy. American Angle, thank you for the 100 gold pills. Says for a great day. Thank you very much. Ms. Information, thank you very much for the 101 gold pills. LKW Cross, thank you for that can. There's No Thanks Joe with the cookie and says, what's up, Space Tricks? As always, it's great to hear you two guys on this beautiful sunny Sunday. Something somewhere always going on. Thank you and God bless. Thank you, No Thanks Joe. And then No Fake Contract, thank you for the cookie. Somehow I got some gold pills, so now I get to give them away. Awesome sauce. Thank you, No Fake Contract. And then No Thanks Joe, thank you for another cookie and says, when do birds sing? Yes. And I think that completes it all. 1, 2, yep, all good. So thank you guys very much for the gold pill love, the gifted subscriptions, and the Rumble rants as well. Also for both sides, make sure you guys are hitting both sides up, hitting that red pill, the thumbs up, and whatever the positive affirmation is on your channels. Help me and Space Shot get onto that leaderboard, which every single week so far we have done, and we're slowly climbing that leaderboard. So make sure you're smacking those thumbs up, especially on that Rumble side.
Heck yeah. And I just had something to, somebody reminded me in the chat, who was in the chat there. These are just screenshots. Was this, let me just give the proper comment to do.
Is that 947?
Dude, there's so many in there. It's so many. Was it ND Live or Pill? Where was that comment? That comment was in... Oh, God, where did it go? I'll find it. Here it is. Well, somebody said, do anybody remember Space Shot reading us the Q drops in 2019, 2020? I'm like, I do. But these were, there it is. Durfman MTL says, who else remembers Space Shot reading us the Q post back in 2018, 2019, 2020? And dude, this is, I don't know, this is how I used to do them right here. I would, take screenshots of the videos, or excuse me, of each post. In the very beginning, what I was doing was taking screenshots of the posts, and then in my Photos app, I was recording me, going through each one, go on to the next one, and then I started doing it, off the browser themselves. But these are all just screenshot. Dude, this is 48 minutes of screenshots. Like, wow, that's actually me holding the. So here's some of the, dude, I don't even know, like, some of these decodes. Like, look at this. What is this? Many drafts. I don't even know who did this decode. Like, I have no idea. Like,
don't you love that?
Yeah, these are just all old, dude, I have so many of these, and 10,000 at least of these things. Rays of light, Trust Sessions, Ray,
Yeah.
Kansas, Horowitz, Huber. I remember Huma and Anthony's Wiener.
By the way, we've been getting a lot of Huma comms lately. I think Huma's going to come into the fold here. Last 2 months, we've been getting Huma comms. Ha everywhere.
Ooh, look at that.
Barack Obama, hey.
What does that say? January 12th, 2012. Unemployment.
2012.
Yeah, with unemployment over 10% in 2009, Barack Obama held an extravagant Alice in Wonderland party. He is a man of the people. Oh, wait, I thought that was fake. Oh, wait. No, wait, the hot dogs was fake, right? The hot dogs was fake. But then I think we came to find out that was real as well. And again, dude, I'm going to go to the grave. I know this is not them there, but Lisa Page and Peter Strzok, I will go to my grave saying that they never dated, ever. I think they were just work friends. Because all those emails we ever seen, we never saw one and that's my buddy's dog. He was breeding pit bulls, and that's me and some of my old merch there, dude.
Nice.
Like the Q shirt. That's
Q eyes.
That's my neck.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Q for eyes. And so Bree's actually working on some of those, which I did say and let folks know, to basically let us know if you have any ideas, any merch that you specifically like to see. Send them over to my email, spaceshot76@protonmail, or leave a comment in the chat below, and we'll get your stuff out. We'll try to make some, Matrix Space Shot, some Hulkinator Space Shot, Table of Titans stuff, but, also other things. This one right here, dude, do you ever read that book? The guy who
books.
The guy who wrote that? These people are best-selling authors.
No, but there's one book I bought from this movement. Not what the hell is it called? Shit. Praying Medic's book.
Oh, okay.
His very first book he wrote, I actually bought that in order to see what he said and how he explained things, and I still have it to this day. And a couple of years ago, I actually reopened it up and started looking at it to see how things were said back then. It was really interesting to see the viewpoints back then when everything was happening. Very interesting. That's the only book I ever bought off this movement, other than the Fifth Generation Warfare, which is sitting directly next to me. So.
Love it. And it's funny, I got Captain Roy's book right next to me right here, and this one is called White Hats, Swamp Creatures, and QAnon by Captain Roy D. A who's who of Spygate, and he did a really good job on that one. A really good job. And so he's actually been working behind the scenes trying to get some of this stuff pushed back and put back, because I was actually a co-author of the book you're seeing on the screen right there, Matrix. I was one of, I don't even know, 12 of us that helped write this book.
Oh, I remember you telling me about this.
And I actually can give you guys the book for free. So here, I'll put it in the excuse me, where did I do with it? Where did I do it? Am I sharing the screen now? I should be, yeah. Yeah, here we go. All right, I'll put it in the Zoom chat, and then I'm going to put it in the rest of the chat for the rest of you guys. It's a docdroid.net link. I'll pull it up here so you guys can see it. I'm not trying to hack your computer or anything like that. But here is that link. You can share that with your folks. Me and Red Pill, we did the proofs chapter, and I think we did a good job. So right there, Crystal, Scorpio Joe, Joe M, Liberty Lioness, Linda Paris, Lori Colley, Pamphlet, Radix, Space Shot, Red Pill 78, don't know why I said that, Sarah Westall, Serial Brain 2, Space Shot, and Zacco DeFracco. Pretty good stuff. We did the Q, how many chances before mathematically impossible, and we showed, and so this version doesn't really show you the, it's all in black and white here, but you guys can still read it, and the images aren't as good as they are in the book. But we were #1 bestsellers, dude. And
that's awesome.
They literally shut us down. We were #1 for a few weeks or whatever, but these are the proofs here that we did. We took basically some of our favorite proofs. Was this it? Yeah. When will it become mathematically impossible by Space Shot and Red Pill? So wrote up my favorite proofs. Zach wrote up his favorite proofs. I said, I'm not a good writer here. You can rewrite my section, but keep my proofs as they are. So he wrote it in a more legible manner. So let me put that in the chat. But all right, let's wrap up this wrap up this story here. I'm gonna put it into the it should come into Rumble and YouTube right now at the same time. Bing. And then I'm gonna put it into the Pilled chat. Bing.
I need to hop over and grab that from your end. There it is. I'll grab that for everybody on my end. Don't worry. I got you.
I had it in the Zoom chat there for you, but you're good.
Oh, you're good. You're whatever works. Either way. Boom. There you are on the Rumble side. My Rumble side. That's what Space Shot just dropped. And then on my Pilled side. Boom, guys. There you guys go. Also, Karen Hares, I'm not staying on for this same show. No, it's already, 3:30? We'll figure that out if I'm going to go live again, but I'm not staying on. Also, I had 2 more thank yous pop in here at the end. Let me go hit this button. Oh, if I hit the right buttons. Come on now.
Hit this button right here.
There we are. Satire for Retards. Thank you for that 100 gold pills. Good seeing you, brother. And then Harley Quinn 369. Thank you for that cookie. And it says, remember the Q coin? I have 2. I don't know about the Q coin. What was the Q coin? What's that?
Oh yeah,
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it wasn't gold and it wasn't silver, but it was a Q coin that came with like a QR code on it, and then basically you could put your video or your camera up to it and then click the QR code and it would play a mini, like almost like a little Joe M video for it. So it was pretty cool. It was just like a token. I have 2 of them. I don't have them I don't even have the QR thing that came with them anymore, but I do have 2 of them still. Still got some Donald Trump $2 bills. I got some Donald Trump gold playing cards. Somebody sent me a couple of those. I won't name you. Somebody also sent me I think a $2 Trump bill, and then I mentioned it in the chat. I was like, "Oh, somebody sent me a $2 bill," and then somebody else in the chat says, "Wait, I sent that to that person, and I sent them a few of those, and they sent you one." And I'm like, "Oh, I don't know if I was supposed to do that or not."
Whoa, that's wow.
Somebody's a knocking Matrix. All right. Anybody else you got to thank? I gotta go see who's at the door.
Nope,
Hopefully it's not my son.
I'm good.
All right,
good,
guys.
bro. You want to get out of here?
Yes, sir. We do. So thank you to the mods out there. You guys rock, and we do, of course, appreciate each and every one of you, wonderful world patriots, for tuning in out there. And until that next one, thumbs up, like, and subscribe. Peace.
Peace.
Let's go see who's at the door.
Something special is happening in here. That's right, it's brackets and jackets, bringing it back for brackets and jackets. Special Epstein Island edition. That's right, folks. Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein, the man with the island, which is suspiciously close to Haiti. That's right. You see, this man, Jeffrey Epstein, is funding lots of people. He's funding lots of people on the street to make sure his shit doesn't get out. That's right. They want the record sealed. And they're paying a lot of people. Epstein's paying a lot of people. Oh, boy. For one, he's got a whole Mossad media matrix in America. And I would bet you anything that Alex Jones is one of them. Prove me wrong. That's right, Cappy's in the portal. Cappy's in the portal. Cappy's in the building with songs about Epstein. It's Breakfast Jacket's Epstein edition. Guys, I had some epiphanies today. I had some real big epiphanies about some guys. A big network of guys and spies and lies and liars. All right, think about this for a minute, okay? The guy in Portland, the scientist that just got busted for producing CP, that guy is 1 degree of separation away from Epstein. Epstein, the investor that lives in West Palm Beach, Florida. I know a guy who lives in West Palm Beach, Florida as well. Investor as well. Also involved as well. And all is not well with these guys. The Florida boys, the Glow boys, the Scott Israels of the world. You see, Epstein is Hillary Clinton And Epstein is Haiti. And Epstein is a big network of media assets. By the way, did you know that Steve Bannon was going to that guy for money? Also, Epstein is Epstein Oprah. Epstein is Chris Tucker. You remember him. Epstein is also Kevin Spacey. Epstein is also Prince Andrew. Epstein is also... Who else is Epstein? Who else is Epstein? Tell me. You guys know? Who else is Epstein? Is Epstein Big Pharma? Is Epstein Bryan Singer? Is Epstein Naomi Campbell? Yep, all of the above. All of the above. Who is Epstein? Epstein is the keystone of a whole motherfucking matrix. And once you pull it out, it all falls down. Dersh was there too. That's right, we're dropping red pills every day. Dropping red pills in the best kind of way. This is brackets and jackets for the denizens of islands.